Okay, welcome world. Sorry about that. Believe it or not, and I don't think you will. I've set this up in a different format on YouTube Studio as opposed to on OBS, which is what I normally use, and I've been talking to myself for the last 20 minutes, not going live. So wonderful. I do apologise for anybody who's been waiting in the wings. Completely and utterly my fault. But yeah, that's an oversight from me. You missed some amazing, you missed some amazing content for 20 minutes of me talking to myself. How wonderful that was. So I am going to recap on what's what, and yeah, and see that where we go. So sorry about that. I have been talking to myself for 20 whole minutes, and it was amazing. You miss me. I'm definitely live now. Honestly, James, can't believe it. 20 minutes I've been talking to myself. I'm thinking nobody's coming in chat. Dog's barking head off because it's fireworks. You missed some of my best work. It was monumental. It was groundbreaking YouTube broadcasting. Everyone would have been in awe of the amazement. I fixed 9 laptops. I've just done everything. It's been amazing. But hey, at least it gave everyone a chance to make themselves a cup of tea and me not run out of things to say. So I'm going to try and rewind a little bit and reiterate what I've just been discussing. That router, it still bugbears me. I picked the box up the other day and it fell out and hit me on the toe. That router's coming back to haunt me. It's certainly not my friend, that router, for me putting it on its side. No, I did thank you on my other stream as well, which you didn't hear, for all the help and assistance, James. So thank you so much on that. And for the time you spent earlier, really do appreciate it. This is my oversight of this. So we've got a couple of things. We've got me being a bit of a plank, and I will apologise if the dog barks. We have people setting fireworks off in the neighbourhood, and we know bonfire night's coming, and whatever it is, late October, so it's still 21st of October, and people setting fireworks off early, it just really riles me. I know people do it, but people doing things early is just not right. She got that scared with a firework earlier when one went off. She ran round back at sofa and knocked Christmas tree over. I just don't know why they set them off early. It's crazy. Should wait a reasonable amount of time. But anyway, we have got this with no matter. So if she does bark, I'll apologise again. We have got, she sat in my office with me, if anybody is wondering. We have got this thing which we are going to attempt to build on stream, which is one of these. If anybody can follow this, it's a diagram for what we're going to build, and it is described as a capacitance and inductance frequency meter kit. I believe it will enable me to measure capacitors, inductors, and things like that, which might come in handy because in the previous 20 minutes that I have been talking to myself, I did explain about another project that I had been looking at off stream today, which is a motherboard, and I could do with a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of advice. It's an Asus laptop that I had been working on, and it had no power. So I started looking over it myself, and we had power obviously coming from the DC jack, and we were coming all the way over to here to the first MOSFET. It was going through the first MOSFET, but the second MOSFET had gone. So I swapped the second MOSFET out. At the time before this, we didn't have any other voltages on board, apart from we had a 3-volt output here. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing, and nothing on these power supplies. I think that tester will be useful. I need to learn how to use it, but certainly going to be useful on that, James. So what I've done, I've replaced that MOSFET there, and now we've got voltage coming through. We've got 19 volts. So we've got a power rail to these, which is measuring 19 volts. We've now got 3, 5. I'll show you what we have got, and it might be a little bit easier. So I'm just going to power the board, and I'll just grab the tester and just pop her on voltage DC. Is the camera looking okay as well, chat? It's a new camera that I've just got. I was running on the Osbot Tiny 2 1080p camera, and this is the Osbot Tiny 4K. I'm hoping the resolution is a little bit better, and I should be able to zoom in a little bit better without it losing as much detail as the other ones used to. So, looking great, thank you. I did have another problem with the microphone. I ripped my micro USB out of my Blue Yeti microphone by moving it a little bit hard, but hey ho. So if we just look here, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just get the microscope on so we can actually see what I'm doing. Find out where we are on the board. We're going up here. So yeah, these. Good evening, Gozy Repairs. How the devil are you, sir? Are we doing fine? Super, super fine. So we had voltage obviously coming in, which we can see. We had voltage coming out. We had voltage to here, but the gate was reporting low. It was at, I think, 2 volts or something like that. We had nothing on the output, and we had nothing here. So I've replaced this MOSFET with another MOSFET. And now we've got, as we can see, we've got 19 volts. We've got the voltage coming all the way across now to the power rail. So I'm happy with the power rail. But before I replaced the MOSFET, we had this one here. Sorry, not that one. We had that one, which was 3 volts, which we haven't got any longer. I think my cables come disconnected. Yeah. We've now got 1.8, 3.3, and we've got a 5. So that was present, but those two weren't. They're now present. Now I've replaced that MOSFET, which I think is obviously working in the right direction. That's good. We've now got 1.8, which I presume is for the chipset, because it's right above the CPU. So I'm presuming it's for the chipset on there. We have a strange one. When we go to the bottom of the board on the battery here, and please somebody tell me if this is right, we've got, I'm going to reboot the board. So we've got on here, if we watch the voltage, please do it. Got nothing on that coil, which I think is the charging coil anyway, so I'm okay with that. Got nothing on the, got 1/4 volt on the current sent resistor. Not doing it. Earlier what this was doing was showing us 3.3 going in, but coming out 0.2. It was robbing us by a volt. Sorry, 1/100th of a volt, 10th of a volt. Sorry. It's now not doing it. 2.3 and yes, so that's actually passing it through. It weren't passing that through earlier, just to be awkward. It weren't passing it through. So I've got no voltage down there going through the MOSFETs at all. But I think that's probably right, because obviously that's the charging circuit. So I would say that's quite right. So where I'm struggling is, I have on the keyboard connector, I've got my 3 volts in places across here. So I'm happy that I can't remember where it was. So we've got 3.3, and even if I ground out the pins on here to try and get it to operate, it's just not playing ball. It's just not turning on. I tried blowing in its ear, whispering sweet nothings. I just can't get it to turn on, which isn't unusual. I've even tried getting it drunk. It just doesn't want to know. Doesn't want to know. I've connected the keyboard up where the power switch is, and again I just can't do it. Now, strangely enough, with all those voltages around the board, where I haven't got voltage, obviously if we go back to here, we can see the board's still alive at 1.8 for the chipset. I've got nothing there, and I've got nothing there. which is obviously the main power rail, I would say, for the CPU. Now, I have looked for a board view for this board, and I can't find one. It's revision 2.3. I can find it for other revisions, but nothing with these monolithic, nothing with the monolithic drivers in. So if we measure obviously we know there's voltage coming in, which is the input here, and there's nothing coming out. They're not switching at all, as we can see. They won't come up until the power rail. Yeah, well, it must be something fundamental on the power rail then, because I just can't get it to switch on. I've got no shorts around the ITE chip, which is what I thought I might have. I've tested the pin, which I think was pin 67, I think it was, which should be low to enable it to switch. And did look at that because somebody else had suggested pin 67, 65, 66, 67, which is that one there, should be dragged low. And it's at 3 volts. So I was wondering whether there was something, if I ground that pin, is that equivalent to dragging it low? Because they said that they'd had to do something to that pin on pin 67, and it made it switch on. Apparently it's a common thing. I didn't quite understand this post because I had to get it translated from I think it was in Spanish or Italian or something. So do you think if I ground pin 67 it should start? Because if you look at the current meter, it pulls something when we first turn it on. If I just pull the power out and I'll just plug her in, you can see it just flick up. So it does try to do something. It is I have looked for the board view and I have found a board view, but the important thing, which I cannot find, and I have looked in several places, is the revision. I have got the board view for revision version 1 and whatnot, but it's slightly different because it doesn't highlight the monolithic drivers. It doesn't highlight those. But it is Peary WWR. Hello, how the devil are you, sir? Are we having a good day? Just joining in, and we're just having a quick look at this one. We have got the main event coming as well, which is me dismantling and trying to build something I really don't understand, which is a detailed installation tutorial. Can be obtained by scanning the QR code and infecting your phone with a virus. We're building a HU053. As we all know, the HU503, which is synonymous with the capacitance and inductance frequency meter kit. So we're gonna I'd love to say we're gonna have fun, but I got so stressed with the last one I nearly turned back to drink. But we are enjoying it. Nice cool glass of Coke. Yeah, so going back to this one. Can't find the right revision on this at all, but it's just not offering me any form of post when I put power into it. Either shorting the pins on the keyboard connector or that. It pulls a little bit, but yeah, that's it. It just instantly fades. I've got voltage on the BIOS. I've got 3 volts going into the BIOS chip, so I've got voltages around the ITE chip as well, where I probably expect to see them. I've got no shorts apart from a couple of grounding pins, which are reading as direct shorts, really 0.002. So they're just my leads. But with that MOSFET up here, which has obviously gone open circuit, or had gone closed circuit, should I say? Now I've replaced that and it's pushing it through to the board. I don't know if that's damaged something when it's gone. I am thinking it's something down here. I don't know why. There's just something down here which is just puzzling me. That's just not doing what it was doing earlier, which was pulling half an amp, half a volt off me. So a little bit strange on that one. Yeah, so bit bizarre that one, but yeah, that's food for thought. If anybody can, either watching live or if you're watching it on demand, if you're still tuned in now, please drop me a comment or info if you do believe you know what it might be. Just cannot seem to get it to accept any power or even turn on. Because I'm right in thinking if I earth the pins, we ground with the pins. Sorry. We should get a post, or we should get current draw. But if you look at the board's just not coming to life at all. No matter what I do. I've seen Uncle Sorin do this, and it just comes back to life. It's crazy. But we all know Uncle Sorin is the GOAT. He just knows everything. He just sprays his magic wishes on it, and it just comes to life. So yeah, we're gonna pin 110 on the ITE chip. You reckon it's pin 110? Let's have a look at this then. What should I be doing on the pin 110? What am I looking for? Am I looking for that to be something? We'll just count to pin 110. So we've got, I presume, yeah, find it on the board. So we've got 97, 98, 99, 100 is that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's that one there. One with a little white dot next to it. Check for 3.3, then short to ground. Right, so if we leave it on DC voltage, I've got 3.28 on there, so we've got 3 volts on there. That's not going to be short to ground on that pin. That's pin 110, so that's doing what it should be doing, which is 3 volts on there, or 3.2 volts on there. So I'm not going to have any short to ground on there, am I? So is that the enable pin on that one? It's the that's the chip number. I did see a little tip off somebody on one of the YouTube channels, and I'm gonna just show this again, just in case you can't always pick up the info. You just put a bit of permanent marker on it, give it a wipe off. It does make everything stand out tremendously well. You can actually see just on this corner where I have got a little bit, and I didn't colour it quite in, and it just really does. That's obviously where pen's not gone, and that's where it has. It really does bring it to the forefront. Makes it a lot easier. Use tweezers to short the ground. Yeah, I've tried that. What, short that pin to ground? Thank you. Yeah, short that pin 110 to ground. Is that what you're asking? Right, okay. Let's give that a shot. We'll keep an eye on the amp meter then, and I will just try and find pin 110 again, which is that one there. I'm going to get a different probe, and I'm hoping I can use one of these just to you can do it through amp by flicking it over to ampage mode. Amps, can't you, on your multimeter, apparently. But I've got enough probes up here. I just want to use another phone. Talk amongst yourself whilst I drop things off my shelf. Don't worry too much about it. The only one I didn't want I've picked up. That's the one I want. Okay, so pin 110. We'll just stick that on ground. We'll find pin 110, which is that one just there. I'm grounding that pin. Nothing. Oh, what did my meter just do then? No. Let me see if I can do it with some tweezers just to be double sure. I'll find which cap is going to. Right, so that's ground there. So if I basically put my tweezers to there. Crikey, this is so small. Yeah, I'm definitely now putting it to ground. I think it is rebooting the board because I can hear the power supply just pumping a little bit extra. So I think it is actually. You just watch the power meter when I do this. It's doing the same as when I first plug it in. Can't get my tweezers in there. And it did cycle the board. See, just jump up to 0.1. So I think the board is attempting to start. I just wonder whether it's got another short or something on it. So MOSFETs are switching off somewhere. Because it is like it's wanting to do it for a split second, pulling that 100th of a amp, and then just instantly going, I don't want to play because I can see something's wrong. I'm going back in. I'm taking my ball home, and not playing. But I've checked the BIOS. The BIOS is fine. The BIOS chip's fine, but I don't even think it's getting to power stage at BIOS. So I don't think it's a BIOS issue. Am I right in thinking that as well? I cannot find any shorts at all on it. As I say, the only things which I thought might have been a bit peculiar were why I've not got these, but they're probably not switching on because of that. I mean, what I might have done, and this might be something, is I didn't have a like for like MOSFET. So again, I've seen Uncle Soren do this. As long as you get the same type, it's a 40 amp as opposed to 30 amp. But it is now switching and putting 19 volts through. So I'm presuming that that's okay. I can't see that being the issue. And with the voltage now going to rest at board, again, I think it was going to be that. So yeah, puzzled on that one. Puzzled completely. Not that it takes a great deal to puzzle me. Just give me a piece of string and ask me how long it is. Yeah, just don't know at all on there. What is the gate voltage on the input MOSFET? I believe the gate voltage was absolutely fine on the input MOSFET. So let me just go back to voltage DC, as Steve would say, and just zoom back down so we can all see what I'm doing, because it's just enthralling this. I just love using the zoom. It makes me look absolutely amazing. Let's plug that back in, otherwise we'll have nothing. Gate voltage on there is 24 volts, and I believe now on there, which is the same one, it's 24 volts. So gate voltage, they're both triggering. Yeah, they're N channel. They were both N channel. It was the closest one I could find. I have got spares, slightly different part numbers to what I fitted, so I have got spares. Do you think it's worth me just popping that off and putting one of the spares on? I think I kept the spares in the new component box. So we've all got one of these component boxes. Is that it? Yeah, that's another new one with a slightly different number. Do you think it's worth me just popping that on and see if that sorts it? Pin 8. Yeah, I've tested pin 8. We have voltage on it on pin 8. Just find the. There you go. 3.2 volts on BIOS. Yeah, so we've got that as well. And obviously I've got voltage to ITE. Come on, there's got to be some clever brains out there. There's 968 people watching. 969 people. Somebody out there's got to know what we don't know, because you only know what you know. And if you don't know, you don't know. Yeah, I don't think that MOSFET changing that MOSFET's going to be any good, actually, thinking about it, because if it is letting it through, yeah, pin 8 on there is fine. I still think it's got another short or something else has blown, because, as I say, when you initially power the board, the current just spikes a tad for a fraction of a second. Yeah, that's the only thing I can kind of put my finger down to is maybe the EC chip. But why would that? I mean, would that MOSFET blowing up here have an effect on it? I mean, if it had gone open circuit, but open circuit's putting it through. Yeah, well, gate voltage was 2 volts on the gate there, and there was nothing obviously coming through until I changed that, and obviously gate voltage is now right. As soon as I took that off, gate voltage went up, and I put that on it, and obviously then we were getting it through. So what you're saying is, if there was a short somewhere else, it would kill that gate, because it'd kill it at, yeah, your power MOSFET's coming in, wouldn't it? Because it'd kill it right at early doors. I ain't got a battery. I suppose I could put. I think it's worth disconnecting that and plugging. I don't know. Well, there isn't. I would presume there's a sensor pin, because I've got nothing at all on the battery terminals. Really, that's the same voltage as what's on this inductor, which is going through current sense resistor, obviously. So I'm presuming the charge circuit just doesn't activate until that. I mean, what I could do is obviously put my power supply directly onto the battery terminals. Do you think that's an option? Do you think? But then I don't know what voltage the battery should be. What's in these? What is it? 11 volts, 13 volts? Probably not gonna. Yeah, it needs that. Can't you earth one of the pins out though to pretend it's got a battery in it? Do you think that's why it might not be turning on then, because it's battery dependent? And it's just thinking, no battery, no play. That bloody Ever Ready bunny. It stole my battery. Yeah, I ain't even got an Asus battery to plug in and test with. I don't tend to keep hold of them. So even if I did put voltage to it, it still wouldn't sense the. Wouldn't sense it there. It is quite an old laptop, this. Yeah, I'm thinking EC chip. Yeah. I think we park this to one side and live to fight another day with this one. So, and then we can get on to the main event. This is what everyone's tuning in for. A bit like boxing, where you watch it for 3 hours for a 30-second fight. Now it's 18. What's Rocky music? Don't know. Can't remember what Rocky music is. Come on, somebody sing Rocky music to remind me. It's the eye of the tiger. I tell you what I did get. I tell you what. Yeah, I've already tried flashing a BIOS to it. I've already tried. I read the BIOS and then reflashed it back. BIOS looked fine, and I got a BIOS off Bad Caps. Yeah, there was 2 or 3 on bad caps. So I downloaded several. Well, downloaded 2. I reflashed the original BIOS, and I flashed the 2 that I got off bad caps as well for the version. I even tried to flash a later version as well, just in case. That was, but that, yeah, it wouldn't flash right. But yeah, even the 2 that I did flash was a no-go on that one. So yeah. We will park that one to one side. So thank you so much on that one, James. Just a quick one. Does anybody know what this is? Because you're going to come up with saying, you're going to say the same as what I would say. And I saw this. You know, if you're flicking by, you're going to be quite amazed with this. And I'll try and show you what this is. This is, you can see that on screen, Noctua NTH1 thermal fan lubricant. Could well be thermal paste. It's a syringe. It's a syringe. Bit of Pet Shop Boys there. Look at this. Come for the soldering, stay for the entertainment. Noctua thermal paste. Good evening, by the way. Archloy. I think that's how you say it. Don't know. That's how I'm going to say it. But strangely enough, I got a tip off another YouTube channel, because all I do is watch YouTube all day long, like we all do. And what he said was, if you run out of thermal paste, if you run out of, I'm using that. If you run out of, what do they call it? They make really good heatsink fans. You can actually use thermal compound as, don't know if anybody's aware of this. Can we see? I mean, I'm just using soldering iron here, and it's only on a post-it note. And I'm burning my post-it note. But I should have really done some. Let me just put it onto my mat. But you can see that it's actually turned into solder. Did anybody know that? I thought that was quite a, I don't know, useless piece of thing. And what he'd done, he'd used it to Archloy. There we go. Archloy. Solder paste. There we go. If you run out of thermal paste, use solder paste. This is all the way around. If you run out of solder paste, you can use thermal paste. That was the entire thing. I burnt my post-it notes. Look at this. I've wasted 4p worth of post-it notes proving that. Which I thought was, I don't know if that's a bit of useless knowledge or not. But yeah, stop the press. They're out there. Every day's a school day. So yeah, bit of thermal paste. I wonder if it still works under a heat gun. Grab something and try it. We'll use this Fire TV board. I'll put it on green bit so we can see it. There you go. Big splodge on there. Just use my Atan 862ST. Just turn this on. Keep the microphone still because I broke my thingy microphone. Yeah, so this is that thermal. Up to a thermal paste. Is this where it's going to prove me wrong? Let the magic happen. Show me the money. Show me the money. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Oh, it's escaping. It's on the move. It's on the move. It's here. We've got it. I thought that was quite remarkable. I know they say simple things please simple minds. But I mean, there's a lot of residue. I won't want to use it every single day as a direct replacement. But yeah, there you go. Oh dear. Let's get that in the bin. Fire TV board. That's a different project. We'll put that back in there. yeah, so we have all learnt something there. Is not to a thermal compound can double up as that. Shall I let you all into a secret? It's actually my solder paste. Me syringe broke, and only one I had was a very old tub of Noctua. So I give it a clean out and a spray out, and I just put my thermal, me soldering paste in there. A soldering paste will cost less, but you could save a weekend. Yes, you're right, damn right there. But yeah, so no, that's not actually my Noctua paste. Tell you what I do have. I've got another tube of flux to try, because I've been using. Anybody who watches me regularly, and if you don't watch me regularly, hit that subscribe button because you're missing a treat. I've been using the Amio M53, which I've got to be honest, I'm really liking. I got it recommended from NanoFix, and he's also recommended the M50. And as you can see, there's a slight difference in opacity. Opacity, what a really good word. That's going to be a word of the day today, isn't it? Opacity. And it's Amio again, but I'm gonna give that a try as well, because I'm running out of that. Hi Mick, 002003. Let's compare these two. Are we talking two people? Are we talking two fluxes? Do you want me to compare the fluxes? Is that what you're thinking? Do you want me to do a solder off? See which one works best. Let's get something to put on there then. Let's get something to. Right, let's get flat side at board. I've only got one syringe dispenser, so I use my portable syringe dispenser. God, that's an hard word to say, isn't it? Syringe dispenser. Wow. Whoa, I've just squirted all my paste all over. That's a bit more than I were expecting. Let's right, this is the M50. I'm not going to use the extractor because I want to see how much smoke it's coming off. So this iron is set to 430. What I tend to do most of my soldering because I'm barbaric. So it's set to 430, and it's just the medium-sized tip. So we'll just have a look how much it smokes. If you hear a beeping, that's smoke alarm. Oh, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll put microscope on so we can see though, because that'll be a lot better. So this is M50, and then I'll compare M53. Ooh, a lot of smoke there. A lot of smoke. It does melt nice though. Whoa, lots of smoke. Wow. Put a square to my M53. But this is one I've been using. It is runnier. What I have noticed with this though, the tips get blocked within a couple of days, and it's not exactly a small tip, so you've got to keep cleaning tip out. So go back to M53. That is quite a lot of smoke. That clean. Same temperature into M. That's quite a lot of smoke as well. So I would say probably same on the amount of smoke on there. Get a bit of the old solder. Solder. This is same as what Uncle Soren uses, which is SX. Look at that for a transition. Professionals can't do it as well as this. SX862 solder. I saw it on his stream, so I thought, yeah, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Taught him everything that I know. So we'll just see how well. Let's me move solder around. I know what this is like anyway. This solder paste. Yeah, it's making solder flow nicely, as you can see. It's a bit smoky though. Smoky. Yeah, can't really. If anything on there, I don't think it's running as free. The you know, when you start thinking, am I doing something wrong? Quite clearly I am. but I thought I'd share it with everybody. This one just seems to let me pick the sole up and move it about a bit easier than the M53, the M50. I seem to be having to, I don't know, I don't know. Out of the two, I think they're very close. I prefer the M53, I must say. And for cleanup, the M53 has been really good. It does get a little bit sticky if you burn it, certainly with hot air, but it cleans up reasonably well. I mean, that were quite a lot of my juice I put on there, but as you can see, it's cleaned up not too bad. Just one cotton bud so far. They're expensive, these, so I can't use too many of them. So a bit of IPA would clear that up no end. I've moved my bin and I keep throwing everything on the floor. There was quite a lot more of this on here, so it's probably not a fair test with that. Seems to be, if I had to say anything, it's a bit stickier, certainly feeling a bit stickier, and it's a bit more, you know what Vaseline or petroleum jelly is? If you do, yeah. The I mean, I don't think there's very little in it, I must say. The M50 is a bit more viscous and a little bit stickier, so that might, it's leaving a bit more of a residue. Let's try a little bit of. My IPA tub is. Yeah, we've got some IPA out. I don't think either of them. I mean, I'll use the same cotton bud on them. I don't think either of them. If you can see round here, though, the M50 round here where I was, or the M53, sorry, where I was soldering, is nice and clean. Round here, the M50 has burnt and it's just a little bit sticky. Can you see round here? It's just leaving a bit of a glue. It does feel a little bit stickier, but it's obviously is a different viscosity. That's why they're doing it, I suppose. Horses for courses. I don't really get that much into it. I mean, my skill level is pretty basic. I can solder, but I wouldn't say I'm anywhere near as good as some of the proven experts on YouTube. But both clean up, just a little bit of effort. I mean, ignore the poor soldering. Both have cleaned up really well. And you've got a pretty decent joint on that one as well. If we look down, I mean, I know it's poor soldering, but you've got a nice slope and everything on it. So even though it didn't feel as nice to use and it has left a bit more residue, it's probably got a nicer angle than maybe this one. So let me let the iron warm back up and clean iron. Can't have a dirty tip going into that, can we? Yeah, certainly better with flux than it is without. But don't know, not much in it. A friend tells me its preferred paste to flux is pine resin or rosin. Not sure. Smoke a lot, but works well. I've got some rosin as well. I've got some homemade watered down rosin. I've got some rosin paste, and I've got solid rosin as well. Rosin, however you pronounce it. So I have got a variation of. I've got many different fluxes as well to have a play with. We've got Amtex flux. If I just flick that back to that one, we've got another flavour of Amtex flux. I've got yet another flavour of Amtex flux, yet another flavour of Amtex flux, yet another flavour of Amtex flux, and oh yeah, and yet another flavour of Amtex, and oh, if I look closely, some more Amtex flux as well. So I don't know, I've got that much Amtex flux. I think I logged on to Northridge Fix and they ship out the same day or the very next day, and I just end up buying a load of flux. Not bought any of the NX Flux yet though. But yeah, those are the ones which I would normally use, or had been using in the past. But I have got that, and I have got, I knew where it was, some solid rosin, and also it's an illness, me buying all this flux, I tell you, it's an illness. And one which I did used to swear by, or swear at, got some more Amtech Flux there as well. And I actually gave JFix some of this as well. I can't find the tub I've got, which is a sticky resin flux. I used to use it all the time, and it was ideal because it was that sticky. It would hold things more or less in place until the solder did its job. So it worked a bit like a glue, which was ideal for when I was kind of a little bit newer to this, and I was trying to find my way around how to solder things. Can't find the tin, sorry guys. Yeah, that was a good one to practice on. But that was kind of, it wasn't really hard and firm. It was very very sticky. You weren't that keen on it though, were you, James? Yeah, it was the solder paste in the tin. It was the basically a thicker version of the watered down stuff, but not as obviously hard as the solid blocks. It was somewhere in between, but it was really sticky. It's, I've got a lid for one because I have had several. It's that one, Pastad du Lutwania. If anybody can do that, but that is the stuff, and that was yeah, I really hadn't used that much. Oh, I found it. People looking, it's right in front of me. That was the show you this one. That was the solder paste what I used to use. If we just do the same test as we did on the other one, you'll notice with this it is incredibly sticky. I'm not getting around to stuff I wanted to do today, but never mind. If we just do the same test as what we just did, I'll show you what I mean. It is really sticky. It goes on like a wax sort of thing, as you can see. And what I used to do is just kind of dip your components in it. You can never have too much. Never have too much flux, tell you. It's you get into buying it. Doesn't smoke anywhere near as much. I mean, I bet you can't even see smoke that's producing. I can just see it IRL in real life. But yeah, and that's at the same temperature as the other ones. And we just show you with a bit of solder wire. Iron's dirty. And it does let things kind of flow about as well. Let's just zoom down. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, this, but neither's coffee. So we're all a bit different. But it does let the solder kind of move around as well. And as I say, because it is quite sticky, it used to hold things in place until that. But you can see I don't know, it's just something I won't say grew up with, but I quite like it. And as I say, that's 435 degrees on there, and it's not really producing any smoke. A little tad on there, as opposed to if I put the watered down one on, which is just basically made out of rosin and IPA. You can see the amount of smoke coming off it. But yeah, I tend to use that like James has suggested, just for dampening the braid. But what I'll often do is just get this. Let's just zoom out on this. For anyone tuning in, if you've not subscribed, if you don't mind hitting subscribe and like, if you do like what you see, it would be very much appreciated. Yeah, this here, you can see it is smoking if I do it in mass. but it is very, very kind of waxified. And it's probably not the best thing to breathe in, but you can see it's yeah, wax. It's the best thing I can describe it as, and it just lasts forever. It just lasts forever. I don't know. Clean up wise, I'll show you how well it does clean up when I cover that one back up. And I think it's only fair just to compare it like we did with the others. We'll ignore the watered down IPA, which is there. The downside is it sets as soon as you've got no heat on the board. It just sets like, well, the proverbial to the blanket. It's not the best. This is just a dry Q-tip cotton bud wipe, as you can see. But the nice thing is, as soon as you start putting some, do I ship next day? Unfortunately, I ship next day or very nearly the next day. I'm actually still waiting. Carthor, one of the subscribers, won a gift on my channel, so you know what you're looking forward to. I do often give things away, guys, as gifts to the subscribers, which several of them can testify. So you've got to be in it to win it. So you've got to subscribe and like, and obviously tune in. And we've given everything away from some DIY electronic kits to laptops, desktop, mini PCs, everything. So yeah, but just going back to this, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, shipping next day. I've had this thing for Carthor since last week, and I need to get it posted. So if you are watching Carthor, I do apologise. It is on my to-do list. I just haven't had time today. Just get a Kimtech wipe and just give that a quick dab off. Yeah, I've definitely not forgot about you. Oh, he is watching. Yeah, sorry, Carthor. It's here. It's already unpacked. Oh, it is all ready for you. It is all packaged. I just need to get the address on it. That's not yours. It's that's just an old envelope. I just need to get the address on it and get it sent over to you. So it is all. Do you want to have a quick look at it, Carthor, whilst you're on stream? Would you like to have a look? Passionate streamer. Is that aimed at me? Am I a passionate streamer? I believe I might be a passionate streamer. Life's good. Do you know what? Life is good as a passionate streamer. I'm a firm believer in life's as good as you make it. I don't know whether that's a ploy or not, but yeah, this is what Carthor chose as his gift when he won. I think you were on one of the first winners. And I think the second one was a mini PC. So Carthor won this, and then Squish did receive his PP, because I did have that. I just didn't have that. I'm not going to get it out fully, but I've got. If anybody can guess what this is, can you guess what it is yet? Shouldn't really do that because he weren't a good man, was he? Yeah, we won't do that. So we've got. I'm trying not to lose anything as well, because you know what I'm like for losing things. I misbag things. We've got a load of blue buttons. There's no numbers on them. No numbers on them at all. And then we've got some clear buttons. I have built one of these with my 8-year-old daughter some years ago, and we really enjoyed building it. And this is that's the PCB. She really did enjoy building it. There's quite a lot of stuff, and it is this. So it'll be interesting to see some photographs once you have built it. But yeah, that's going to be winging its way down to. It's a calculator. It's a modern day abacus. I think you've got to cut these out and put them in the. Or you can cut those out because they ain't got Chinese symbols on like those have. You can pop those in the key blanks to do that. And I did read that, by the way, before attempting to solder. But I just thought, well, just wing it anyway. So that will be winging its way across here. I just need to get to the post office. It has resistor colour codes on it. Is that what they are? Oh, right. Didn't even think about. Is that what the? Oh yeah, violet, grey, white, gold. Right. Got you. Yeah. See what you mean now with all there. So it will be winging its way. I've got to try and get it back in the box now. This is the hardest thing. I'm sure there's a 2-week training course that these packers go on to say I can get that back in there. I'm hoping with all the packaging that I'm putting in, it arrives in. Well, I wouldn't say one piece, but it's not even in one piece when I've set it off. He needs to stream it, yeah. I think that's the thing. Squish never streamed his fitting the SD card port, which I disassembled for him. But he did send me some photos, and I must say, hats off. He did an absolutely awesome, amazing job at doing that. So, do you know what I'm actually going to do? Shall I really be cruel to Carthor whilst he's not listening? I'm gonna leave something out. So we built it all and he can't use it. Would I do that? No, of course not. I'm going to shove that one in there though, just so you've got them both. Because that wasn't shoved in. I feel awful now if he gets it and there's something missing. I don't think there is. We'll just check the bench. Yeah, there's nothing on there. Nothing on there at all. There we go. Trying to get back in these because I've double bagged it as well, just to make sure. We get it all in. I've moved my clock now. I never did get that other clock sorted with the vape battery. That is on my to-do list. So we'll get that one back in there. I have padded it with foam as well, and then double bagged it in Jiffy envelopes, and then get that one in there. Oh, so that's how it should be. That's how it should be arriving. So yeah, Carthor, you were the first winner. Unfortunately, it's still sat here because it only arrived. I did email you the other day, and you know that it will get posted out to you. So it's on me again to do. I'll try and get it done tomorrow, and then I'll drop you an email with that on for that. So I'm just going to move a couple of bits out of the way because I ain't got the world's biggest penis desk office. So we need to clear some stuff. Put that in Uncle Soren's box. So I suppose we've come for the main event. Oh, I've got cream all over now. I'm gonna give that M50 a wide berth at the moment. Get that M50 back in there, and we'll put that over there. Fire TV, which is another stream. So shall we make an attempt at getting this done? Shall we start the? We start this one. Are we up for that? Yeah. Are we getting a thumbs up for that? Are we getting a like button? I think we should. So if you did tune in for one of my... Excuse me. Choking. I've treated myself. Just in case. To... I don't eat chocolate. I went shopping today. And other chocolates are available. And I saw this. I just thought, I might treat myself to one of those. Have a bit of fruit and nut. And you never know. I could win thousands of prizes. Woohoo! What's the KL558 and Flux? What's that? KL5 652. Is that a special? Am I missing a code there, or is it something? Is it something interesting on that, Roman? Oh, flatten. Whoa. I wish I could do it like some of these YouTubers where they go Bosch and it's all assembled in front of them, but I've tried that. You go Bosch and it just doesn't assemble. I have all my bits and pieces. Oh dear, get off. This is what we are looking at. Kelly Shun KL652 flux. Is that a really good flux? Should I be looking for that? I made the same component test. It was a bit stressful. If I remember, it took me ages. I remember you saying you made this. I'm really not expecting it to get done this side of Christmas. If I'm being honest, you know what my soldering skills are like. So we will crack on. I'm going to try and zoom down a little bit so we can read the instructions together. I'm hoping that's still legible. Well, it's in Chinese, so I don't know if it's legible. And then we'll try and hold it up. Well, this is the only reason I'm doing it while James is live on stream, just so he can help us. So I need some 10k, 47k, 100k, and 100 ohm. And then I need a welding resistance in line with 1k, 2k, 5.1, 10, 47. I'm reading it out, but I'm sure everyone else can read. Does that actually speak to us? Oh wow! Got that to look forward to. I will warn you, I haven't got a clue what my resistance values are. So if I need to specific value, don't need that yet. Don't need that yet. If I need a specific value, I will be coming to chat for some help and assistance. I will just try and sort the wood for the trees. Those are buttons. We definitely don't need buttons. That's a variable resistor. That's a choke, I think. I think they're called chokes, are they? That's, yeah, licorice. We've got a transistor. I know it's a transistor. Woohoo! I'm just putting things out of the way so I can see the proverbial wood for the trees. We've got some capacitors. We've got, oh, is that one of those? These are resistors. Am I right in thinking these are resistors? And they resist different resistances depending what pin it connects to, or something like that. I am thinking that that's correct, because as these obviously go into the board, yeah, resistor network, that's it. And depending which pin it's reading, it reads a different resistance, doesn't it? Yeah, I am quite right in there. Put that switch to one. Oh, we've got a crystal. Well, we had a crystal. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. That is a 12 megahertz crystal, TDK 12 megahertz crystal. And we've got some bits. I'm trying to get to resistors because it's resistors which it's told me I've needed. So we'll put the capacitors down to one side, and we'll put the LED on capacitor. We'll put the LEDs there with diodes. They've wrote on them. How good are they? How good are they? Common pin usually tied to voltage plus or ground. Oh, and then that's how it. Is that how it gets its reference from voltage plus or ground? Quick question, and somebody will know the answer to this. On a power supply, if it's a 12 volt positive power supply, so you've got ground to 12 volts, you measure 12 volts. If you've got a minus 12 volt on there, and you minus 12 volt to ground, but reverse the polarity, you'll still measure 12 volts. If you measure minus 12 volts to 12 volt positive, you then measure 24 volts. So could you use that as a 24 volt power supply? Am I right in thinking that? I hope you understood that. Oops, which way is that? That way is that. Right, I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit more. I just need to know if I go to zoom level 3, which is there. Is that still legible for everybody? I'm just worried that if we use the microscope, it'll be too zoomed in. Can everyone see that? I'm sure they can. If not, you'll be going, can't see, can't see. Where's everyone gone? It's dark. If you've got 12 volt positive and ground and 12 volt minus sources, then yes, 24 volt between them, plus 12 and minus 12. Oh, that's what I thought. I had a power supply that were all, and I needed a 24 volt one, and I thought if I measure like I described and you've confirmed, I can do that. That's all right then. Thank you very much. Matt Bale. I think I've pronounced that correctly. So brilliant. If any of you guys are watching and you're still watching and you can't find remote to turn me off, when you do find remote, don't turn me off. Well, you can turn me off. Just hit the like and subscribe button first. I'm trying to get to the magic 200 subscribers. Oh, this is more. PSU voltage is the difference of potential, by the way, two wires. Oh, is that between two wires? Sorry. You do what you want with, just not straightforward at first glance. They'll be on different circuits, so obviously the power ampage won't be. Obviously, if they're on different circuits and it's a 10 amp for the 12 volt positive and 5 amp for the 12 volt negative circuits, if I go between them, it doesn't mean I've got 15 amps though, does it? I would imagine it would just give me 5 amps, wouldn't it? It would be the lesser of two evils, or the lowest denominator. Is that what you would say? I'm going to put a little bit more illumination. Illumination. See, we can see, we can see. I like that glare on there now. Yeah, lowest current source. That's what I was thinking as well. It wasn't a high current drain that I needed. I just needed it to. It was to charge a vacuum cleaner of all things. I just needed 24 volts to get a vacuum cleaner charged as testing. So yeah, that was okay. Just a quick one. If anybody's based in the UK, how many houses have you passed which have got massive, ginormous spiders' webs in the front garden? Is that the thing for this year? I keep driving down the road, and if anybody's not in the UK and they ain't got a clue what I'm talking about, they go from the first floor bedroom top windows, whatever you want to call it, and they go all the way to the ground. They're huge. They're about 5 meters long. Huge. You really should have a PSU that has voltage plus to the ground that you need. Otherwise, that common ground on the chassis between the two sources could get in trouble. Yeah, it was just to get a bit of current in the a bit of flow in the battery, just to kind of wake it back up. But it needed it was a 24 volt charger, and I didn't have one. And the battery was too low. I didn't want to cut the ends off, but I did have a power supply. It was an old PC one, which had the -12 on it as well as the positive. So yeah, it was only to get it back to life on that one. I thought I was right on it, but hey, every day's a school day. Every day's a school day. So where we are with this, we are going to attempt to build this and see where we go. I can't say it's going to be pretty. I can't say it's going to be lovely, but we'll give it a shot. So I need a 10k up here. So these 5k, 10ks. Pull one off. They go left to right. I'm going to put the scope on microscope on here because I can't even see this. And zoom out. Yeah, we are zoomed out. So we've got 10k's in my delicate childlike hands. Yeah, right. They're hundreds. Have we got any holes for tens? 100, 100R, 100k. 10k. There's a 10k there. Trying to do this under a microscope is crazy. Certainly with no depth perspective. Yeah, that one. Depth perspection. No, perspective. Gosh, fine. We've got a 10k in there. Where's my other 10k's go? I have no idea. Can we see where these other 10k's go? We've got 10k's going below. That's got to go top to bottom, hasn't it? Am I being stupid there? Probably. Don't answer that chat when you say am I being stupid. R2. I mean R2. Oh yeah, R2's a R. You mean RP2? You mean here? R9, 10k. No. R11, R14. Oh my gosh, C2. Oh, R2 over there. Have they got numbers on? There we go. They've got numbers on. Right. 10k in R2. I don't feel like you're actually participating. I think you're just stopping me hurting myself. I think that's what it is. You're doing a community service by looking after me for the evening. That's what it feels like sometimes. I tell you. And we've got one 10k resistor left. No. Yeah, one 10k resistor left. So where do we think that 10k resistor goes? R2. I've put it in R2. Yeah, I put it in R2, didn't I? So I'm looking for another 10k resistor. We've got R10. Where's R10? Oh, we've got R10 in already. R2, yeah, we've got R2 in. You see any more 10Ks on there? I don't think there's any more 10Ks on there. There's hundreds and whatnot. So we're going to put that 10K to one side because I know what'll happen. I'll lose it. So we've got, put easy ones in. We've got 3 100s. I've got 4 in my hand. So we'll pull them out and put that one over there. So these are 100s. Oh dear me. Oops. Hey, 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 what you wanna be? Yeah, has anybody seen any of them big spiders? What I was just mentioning. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a commonality. Yes. Oh, that's all right. I could always do with some spares as long as I've not got any holes. That's all right. Yeah, has anybody seen any of them big spiders that have been driving around? As I say, I don't know if it's just a UK thing or whether they have. I've got them all right way as well. Look at me. Look at that. Got them all right way. I'm really chuffed with myself. We've got a 47 and a 1. This might be easier, just me filling holes. 47 and a 1. 47. Right riveting thing, this. Right riveting thing. 47. A and a 1. Do, 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 do. 47 and a 1k. Is that a 1k? Yeah, it's a 1k. Yeah, huge web. Giant inflatable ghosts. I've not seen that one. I've not seen ghosts. Huge webs. I've seen the webs in the trees, yeah. Honestly. And I was in the B&M, I think it was, or Home and Bargains. I don't know, I get them too confused. And the amount of Halloween stuff they've got now is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, we've got another 100 there. Absolutely crazy. Just tons of them. Absolutely tons of them. Right, I need 100R. What are these? That's a 5k. 5? You reckon they're 5.1? That's a 10. Well, they are. Writing's not really good on them. 10. Oh, that's a 10. Oh, 2k. Right, I've got any more 1Ks? 1Ks, because I've got some more 1Ks there. So I need 2 more 1Ks. That's it, you blame keyboard. That's what I do when I send wrong text message to somebody. Yeah, with keyboard, not me. I have to text people during the day, and I bet we've all done this. I text a customer earlier on today, and I put a kiss at the end. completely by accident. I'm like, oh yeah. And he takes me back and went, I take it that kiss wasn't for me. Damn right it wasn't. But hey, I'm sure he saw the funny side of it. He probably felt wanted and loved. Wow, it's drunk, it's tipsy, it's get over there. The blue resistors will drive me mad. They're certainly, they're just all over the place. Just I've got a 2K. What makes it worse is that it's only printed on a little bit, and papers are falling off either end. I take it 100K is different to 100R. Because I've got I think I've got hundreds. I don't know. 1Ks. Where's that 1K gone? Right, they're fives. Are they ones? Oh yeah, ones. Are they ones? Ones. That's a 1 over there. Don't lose that 1. Crikey. James did say this was stressful, and I'm feeling his pain. Feeling his pain. I don't think I've been as stressed as this unless I did my last live stream last week, which was the track repair for the first time. Pull. Yeah. We can all go home now, safe and sound, in the knowledge that I've managed to get it through it all. Well, I'm colourblind, which is one of the reasons why they said when I was at school, you'll never do electronics. I mean, nothing to do with it. I ain't got the intelligence or the dexterity. It was because I was colourblind, obviously. So find out where that 1K one goes, because I don't know. Ooh, crystal. I can see that. It looks like a crystal. That's LCD. I'm probably putting these in completely wrong order. I'm thinking that I might have. I've got a spare. We've got a spare. We've got a freebie. I would like a freebie. Hope for don't take 2. That's my motto. Right, so I have got now 5Ks. I've got 10 something or others. I've got another. I've got a 2K. Right, so if we can see if we've got a 2K 47 or 100K. What resistors? 100R. What? I can't just be capacitors. It's so much easier with capacitors. So we do need a 10K up there. So that's the 10K that I've got left. Am I being really... Please don't answer this because it's a rhetorical question. Where that says 10K, that looks joined up to me. Does that look like it's joined up? So putting a resistor in there, what good would it do? Oh, is that for the resistor network thingy? Right, I'm going to ignore me then, because that's what we're throwing me. That'll be why it's got a square peg, because that'll be a reference pin, won't it? R9. Yeah. So, yeah, well done, James. I was testing you. Right, got you. Got you. Just making sure you're all paying attention. You know what? Stick with me. You'll learn a lot, guys. So I'm thinking I've only got 100R and them 2 5.1s. So the 5.1s must be these because they're only ones with a 5 I've got wrote on them. And I think it says 5K1, so they've got to be those. So if we try and pull... Oh, get out. If we put these two in there. Oh, yeah, got it. Go on. It used to be on there. Right, Father Ted? Anybody remembers that? And I'm sure they never said it as much as that. But it was go on. Spend all this time trying to make it look as neat as I possibly can. Yeah, 5K1 equals 5.1. Thank you very much, Calthor. Yet again, proving invaluable. You're not getting another calculator though, so don't go showing off.
Don't go showing off thinking you're going to get another calculator. Might send you a free gift inside. Right, 100R. I'm thinking 100R is... because I ain't used these at all. So they're going to be 100Rs. Yeah, gold, black, 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 gold. Brown, black, 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 brown. That's 100R. I remember that from my Lego days. Here's an interesting fact. Really interesting fact. Which company, and you can answer this in chat, and I'm hoping nobody gets it right because they'll just spoil it for everybody else. Which company makes the most tyres in the world? Which company makes the most tyres in the world? And I'm going to let everyone have a guess. There's 786,000 people in chat, so have a guess now. Which company makes the most tyres? Goodyear can only have one guess. I'll tell you whether you're right or wrong. So Goodyear is a good guess. Any other guesses there? On any advances on Goodyear? Goodyear. Come on. There's enough people in chat to have a guess. We'll put a dribble of flux on there. My nozzle's blocked. I'm gonna have to just the tyre company. I don't know. Well, just name a tyre company. Go outside and look on a car, or on your bike, or whatever mode of transport you've got. Well, my bike, my pencil there. Tyre company. I feel like it's going to be a tricky question. It's a genuine question. This was in a quiz I did the other week, and I got it right, but that's because I knew the answer, which obviously is why it wasn't an educated guess. Which company makes the most tyres every year? Goodyear is a good guess. Goodyear is a good guess. Just remember, guys, I've only been soldered on YouTube for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. So, really took sellotape off there. Don't like this chisel tip that I'm using. That wants to live there, doesn't it? Say, no, I want to go to this one. I want to go to this one. I want to play over here. This is where I live. This solder tip's horrendous. Good. I think I burnt it. I think that's what it is. Just going to turn my temperature down. Right, so where are we? Partial points for good guess. Well, you can do. Michelin, there we go. There's another guess. There we go. So we've got Goodyear and Michelin. Come on, there's loads of tyre companies. There's loads of tyre companies. I can name several tyre companies. So which company makes the most tyres per year? Let's see what we get right. And it is a real company, not a made-up company. I'm not going to suddenly say it's a foreign company. It's a company that you will have heard of, and it's a big international company. And when I tell you, you'll go, oh yeah, I didn't think of them. Michelin. Nokia. I've not even heard of those. Are they... Nokian? I've not... Oh, wait. We've got a right answer in chat. We have a right answer. We've got a right answer. We have a right answer from the very, very, very clever Kawasaki 99. I hope I've pronounced that right. And it is Lego. Lego makes more tyres per year than anybody else. More tyres are made by Lego. They are the biggest tyre manufacturer in the world than anybody else. I actually got that right. Only because I was at a quiz the week before and it was it was a question on there, so I think they regurgitated some of the things. But yeah, Lego. So do you know what? If you're ever on a quiz and they go, "What is the biggest tyre manufacturer?" Yeah, very good, very good. I think we should have a round of applause. I would put a fake round of applause on my stream, but I don't know how to do it, so sorry about that. But there we go, Lego. We've got another one. Because I like these type of questions. Which Englishman has taken the most corners? Now, people of a certain age might come up with a different answer to this. But which Englishman has taken the most corners? A big time manager of a small town. Hey, size in everything. That's what I tell the ladies. So yeah, which Englishman has taken the most corners for the country? Now, my initial one was David Beckham, but I got that wrong. So don't guess David Beckham. It's not David Beckham. And I don't follow a lot of sport. Guessing it's a Prime Minister. You need to explain your workings. You need to show your workings on that one. I'm not too sure how you would get to it's a Prime Minister. And we're not allowed to use Google. Put your phones away. Come on. No Google, no Google, no Google. Then Google didn't exist. Cutting corners. Oh, yeah. Didn't think about it like that. Yeah, as I say, I said David Beckham, but that's only because he's only footballer I probably could name. I don't watch football. I'm not a football fanatic. So we're not guessing. So nobody's going to guess this one. So the Englishmen that have taken the most corners for the country. I'm just going to get rid of some of these because they're just getting in my way now. And get some sharp ones there without. Yeah, so the Englishman who's taken most corners for his country is Lewis Hamilton. There we go. Didn't say it had to be football corners. He's taken the most corners for his country. Told you. Come here for the soldering, you stay for the entertainment. If you don't hit that like and subscribe button, I'll start singing. You have been warned. We'll turn it into a karaoke stream. Here's a question. Here's a really good question. Why do they put such long legs on resistors? Because you only end up cutting them off. Why don't you just make legs a lot shorter? Just make them a lot shorter and we won't have to waste as much. Because has anybody ever come across, oh, do you know what, me resistor legs just aren't long enough. I wish I just had a bit more leg. I just wish they were just a bit longer. It quite don't reach through the circuit board. I mean, what are you supposed to be? You soldering them into the centre of Earth. They're not exactly things which need long, spiky, spindly legs. It's, it's not a supermodel, is it? Let's be honest. It's a resistor. Pick it up now. Yeah, slimy. I need to find a good use for my resist legs. I do. Long like that for those 2 times out of 1,000. You need them that long. Yeah, but you would think. I mean, have you ever come across where you've needed the long legs like that? I mean, can you think of an instance, either Carrefour or Matmobile, where you really needed that such a a long leg? Even if you just kind of did it half that, just imagine what metal they'd save and transportation costs across the globe for not having to move the raw materials. Am I getting a bit heavy now? I don't know. Just seems old Greta will be tying herself to some railings and saying, save the resistors soon. We should start. Save the resistors. I'm sure there's somebody on YouTube somewhere who's made a channel and said, this is what you should do with your cut-off leg resistors. Well, I don't think that joke worked. My 786,000 subscribers have dropped to 514,000. Crikey. Just going to reflow that because that's not pretty. That's better. That's better. Quite often in old YouTube. I suppose you do on those, don't you? If you're sticking them up high. You could use them in trace repair, I suppose. Yeah. They're quite. I mean, they're easily solderable, aren't they? And I suppose if you had the traces, older electronics, I would imagine has thicker circuitry anyway. I did if you've not checked it out or not seen it, I did a trace repair, my first trace repair video, the last week I think it was, Car Crash TV. Yeah, it were amazing. Amazing. I showed everyone how not to do it. It was awesome. But yeah, the wire, which was 0.01 of a mil, is so small. So small. I just what? And I was talking to one of the other guys in there, Andy from Swindon Electronics, I think he is, or Swindon Repairs. And he uses 0.6. He uses even smaller. I'm using a tenth, and he's using 0.6. I'm like, wow. How does he? Yeah, it's just beyond me. But hey, I think we've got those last two to stick a little bit of solder, rockin', rawhide. Solder. I should really use my other soldering tip rather than this big chunky one. You can't beat a big and chunky. Got it. Snip. Plunk, click every trip. So we have that. Let me just get a bit of IPA. Oh, that's gonna be. Joe. We'll call you Joe then, Joe. Oh, yeah. I'm not the best at pronouncing people's names. I get it wrong quite often. Did you try solder without flux? Less cleaning? I didn't. No, I've always used flux. I know it's fluxible solder, so it should be easier to do. Move the camera up a bit, just give me a little bit more of that. We'll try some without that. I think that's all the resistors in. We have a pile of. I've got a pile of legs. I feel really guilty about throwing them away, so I'm going to put them to one side. I'll pick them up now. Oh, Gumtree. Yeah. We'll give this board a right way around. We'll give this board a nice clean and spruce once we have done anything else. Oh, look at that. Amazing. It's simply amazing. Where do we think we're going next? I've still got a pile of stuff on my desk and I ain't got a clue what I'm doing with it. So we've done resistors. Should we put the capacitors in? Should we push the boat out and go for capacitors next? I think we should. Let's go to capacitors to one side. So we've got in these. So we'll flip back to all. Focus. We've got all the capacitors here. I can see chat now. I've been lurking. Hello, Dave. Dave the lurker. We've got 22s. Let me word on this. 102s. Worst bingo caller ever. 102 for a full house. All Your Corners, number 22. And we've got an orange one. That's a 105. So we have a... Oh, that big ones. 22 up here. So we'll put this back on because I can't see. I'm blinds about. Blinds about. I start beeping like a dolphin, you know, I can't see. So we've got a 22 going in this hole up here. Oh, I can't see. I can't get it at all. Smash around it, be even better. Bend that over a little bit just to hold it in place. And we'll put this in the right way. Not the wrong way. We've got another 22 going in there. He's a clever guy, that Paul Daniels. Clever guy. I've been watching some of his old videos. It's just simply amazing. Some of the card tricks he does. Him and Debbie McGee. Just brilliant. Am I showing my age there? I can't find my other my other capacitor. Oh, we've got a 1 UF capacitor. That'll be something else because I've got 102s. Those are transistors. I've got some there. 1 NF. Is a 102 a 1 NF? It's got to be, hasn't it? Because it's right shape and I've got 2 of them. I think they go in there. And a 105. Don't know where that goes yet. Hi, Russie. How's things with you, sir? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We are building a... Just for everybody who's joined, we've now got 514,672 people showing from all around the world. We've got a capacitance and inductance frequency meter kit. I shouldn't really know that. The serial number really is catchy. It's a HU053. So, can anyone tell me the 6 numbers for Saturday's Lotto? And if you can't, can somebody tell me what a 102... Oh, dear me. What a 102 capacitor is? Is that a 1 NF? Does that mean it's 100? I mean 2 zeros after it, or 1,000? Because I can't find anywhere else to put those. Loving all the live streams. Thank you very much. Very kind words there. Very kind words there. Just keeps me off the streets. That's what it is. Right, I'm gonna have a look where C6 on here. Yeah, 102s. Yeah, so I was going into right also. Yeah, 102, yeah, thank you very much for that. What's NF mean? I know UF is microfarad. That'll be nanofarad, won't it? NF, I would imagine. See, this is why I put on the stream that I needed help, and that's not just that's not just on stream. It's just a generalisation. And where does this bright orange one go? That goes down here, neither. Oh, so that one there, which is 105, it says it goes there. According to my instructions, that's got to be right. Yeah, so that one's going to go there, isn't it, Dave? I would have thought 105 is going to go there, which is a 1 UF. And also, it's showing on the extremely clear photographic evidence that it goes right next to that twisty big thing there. So that's got to be there. These aren't polarised, so I should be okay. I say with great confidence. I nearly killed myself wiring that power supply up. So we can... James wants me to give it a shot without... I'm just going to swap onto one of my other tips because that tip's not... I'm going to swap onto that tip. Nanofarad, yeah, I got that right. Thank you. It was just a guess, but sometimes a guess is all it takes. Right, James wants me to give it a shot without any flux. So I'm going bareback here. Keep meaning to turn my a bit more smoke actually without. Can't put them in. Without flux, strangely enough. It's all right. I'm just taking deep breaths. Get rid of it. Fine. I don't know what's up with my dog, but she just got up and gone out of that room, which means she just found it. Oh dear me, like she's been eating dog food or something like. Oh, that one jumped. Whee! Get ready, get ready, get ready. Whee! Get ready. 5, 4. Now let's do a 3. 3, 2, 1. We have. Ah, what an anticlimax! What an anticlimax! Hey, if there's one antidote one coming, it's climax. Let's see if I can do. Whee! I'm picking these up for days. I'll be treading on them. I'll be treading on them and getting them stuck in places I don't really want to. Just, I figured it out. You've got to. Whee! Could be an Olympic. Whee! Could be an Olympic sport. That. No idea where they went. They're off there somewhere. I'm going in dry, really dry. Don't like that at all. It's it were a bit chafy. It were a bit rough. There you go. Brief little look afterwards. I don't know whether I like that compared to. Don't know. Don't know. Let's put a bit of. Oh, drop my flux. You just get into habit of using it, don't you? That's what it is. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Hey, do the cookie. Put your left solder in, your right solder out. In, out, shake it all about. Woo. You missed our our experiment. See if we could use thermal compound as I've been using microscope and I haven't put microscope on, sorry guys, as solder paste. 102 equals 10 and 2 zeros. Oh, I thought you meant 10 zeros. 1 picofarads equal 1 nanofarad. So picofarads is the smallest one, then microfarads, then nanofarads, then microfarads, which is UF. That's what she said. Yeah, we did an experiment earlier, Russie, to see if we could use Noctua thermal paste as a whatchamacallit, solder paste if we run out, because we saw it on YouTube somewhere. And have you ever tried that? Have you ever tried this? So we'll put a little bit on the corner of this Noctua. We'll put a little bit on the corner there, and I'm just going to put a bit of flux on just to keep it flowing, because I did notice when I tried it earlier. For anybody who weren't here, I'm only going to try this if you hit the like and subscribe button. Come on, there's 914 people watching. So the the Noctua thermal paste. Oh, smoking. There we go. We have a beautiful, I mean, I've just wiped it before it's cooled down, but we've got solder paste from thermal compound, which I thought was quite remarkable that it did that. But hey ho. Oh no! Oh no! Honestly, would Would I prank you guys? Would I prank you guys? I don't think I would. You can do it. We will just put a bit on here. We'll use hot air this time. Come on, we'll use hot air and see if it does it with hot air. Come on. We all know with a face like mine, I would never lie. Ouch. I might burn myself, but I would never lie. There you go. If you see it with your own eyes, you can believe it. There we go. So, we all know now, if we run out of thermal paste, we can use some Noctua thermal glue. How dare you suggest that, Carthor? No, it's the same tube. It's the same tube as I'm using. It's the same tube. But yeah, it is. It is solder paste. My solder paste tube broke, so only tube I had clear was some Noctua thermal compound. So I'll put it in there. But there'll be people flicking on it going, "Do you know you could do that?" So anyway, I digress. We've got some capacitors soldered in. So you wouldn't believe the mess I've got on this desk. You would not believe it. I think we finished with resistors. 4 resistors one side. I'm going to start putting these big capacitors in here. It's definitely a different tube. Definitely a different tube. So we've got a 10 UF 25 volt capacitor. I presume it's that one. The long leg is positive, so the positive goes at that side. That's a 10 UF, and it goes in here. Go on. Get in. 10 UF. Bend. Done. We've got another 10 UF capacitor, which goes down there. Long leg again is positive. How's your day gone anyway, Russie? Been busy? Oh, I can't see. Have they given me another spare? I think they do this on purpose, just to give me a spare. I know it's hiding over there, isn't it? Anyway, long leg in, long leg in, long leg in. Oh. So we've got 3 caps in. We've got a big round one here, which is I would imagine this is a 407. Yeah. So that one's going to go in there. Long leg for positive. We've got some tranny resistors. We might as well put these in at the same time. So we've got a 331. I bet you're clock watching, aren't you? That last little bit is always the worst. Always the worst. 9015. Get down in that hole. You filthy dog. We've got another one of these funny shaped things kicking around somewhere else. Where did that other funny shaped thing go? There we go. Oh, it's a 9014. Is that a 9014? Have I put the wrong thing in? Oh, no, I got it right, just out of sheer luck. Oh. Better put that in the right way, though, because that won't work. Put it the wrong way. Again, that's what I tell the ladies. We've got a couple of trannies resistors in. And we will whiz through this soldering. Should we use some of the Noctua thermal paste to solder this? Supposed to be going to an 90s weekend this weekend. I'm hoping the weather is holding out, because the weather today has been horrendous. But really looking forward to. I was gonna say letting my hair down, but I haven't got no hair to let down. So I won't be. Why's my iron gone down temperature? Ew. Yeah, let me hair down, and there's quite a few tribute acts on. I'm kind of stuck in the 90s with music. I think it was probably some of the best music about, best genre, best thing. But that's probably because that was my decade of kind of living life. What's everyone's kind of go-to music genre? Is it a certain era? Is it a certain type? What would you say is the best? Face reveal. Believe me, there's some things you don't want to see, and that's probably one of them. I did do a nude stream last week, though. If you them two are no good together. I did do a nude stream last week, but obviously you could only see my hands, so nobody believed I was naked. Couldn't believe it. When you're not naked, I can only see your hands. Believe me, that's probably the best part of me. What you want to see naked. Oh, it's the same. When a woman sees me naked for the first time, you know what she does? She just run out at park. Right, so let's get these cleaned off. Outlaw country music. I would love to know what that is, but is it outlaw country music? Is that a genre, or is that a group? I don't know. I know country music's a genre, but is it a kind of sub? Why is my eye page not? Oh my gosh! Get all these pumping and just a tiny little squirt. It takes me back to my teenage years. Is that a sub kind of genre of country music? Is there anything I've probably heard of? Okie dokie, James. Have a good day. Thank you once again, sir, for the time you spent on the telephone earlier. I really do appreciate it, and we'll catch up very, very, very soon. And I'm sure everybody knows JFix, but if you don't know JFix and you're in chat, once you've hit my like and subscribe, there's a plug. Pop over to JFix as well and do the same. Really, really good guy. We've got 4.5 million people around the world watching at the moment, so somebody's got to know him. So go over and check him out if you haven't, guys. But have a good evening, James. Thank you so much for help and joining in. So I can't multitask. Did that whilst I were talking. Johnny Cash. Oh, I've heard of Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Willie Nelson. Yeah, I've heard of those. Yeah, I've heard of all those. I couldn't name any songs by him, but I have heard of the artists. But my limitation with country music, and it's probably you're probably just gonna unsubscribe as soon as I say it, is Shania Twain and Dolly Parton. That's about all I could name in the country music genre of listening. It's a bit like jazz. I don't know. I just don't get jazz either. That just seems like a lot of noise. Does jazz? But I'm sure if you appreciate it, you appreciate it. But country music always tells a story. That's one thing I do like about it. Better. What's it say we do next? We do. We've done that. Oh my gosh. Stage 4. We've done caps, done that. Hey, we're putting that big long thing in. Why would I put that in now before I put all this? I'm putting quite a few things in. I've put transistors in. I've got to put an LED in. We've got to put that in. So pin 1 is the dot, I'm presuming, and that's going to be pin 1 up here. We'll get a little bit of the magic paste on here. Get a bit of the solder. Just for the creators, not I'm singling anybody else out, just for the creators who are in here, who stream. I've only got certainly less than 200 subscribers, 150 at last check. But I've been approached by a company to do a review on one of their products. Now, it's quite an expensive product in the grand scheme of things, and some of the big reviewers have done a review on it. It's the P1 thermal camera, and they're saying they want to work with a small creator rather than big creator. But I'm just a bit skeptical. Just wondered if anybody's got any feedback or thoughts on that, whether they would think it would be real or not. Because obviously, if anybody caught the stream what Tony did, Thimble-Tech referenced the things with that. I think it just puts you on edge, doesn't it? I mean, they could well be genuine, but I don't know. I'm happy to do it, but I just don't want to be caught out with anything. Is it a no? Red thing, one of them. Where's that go? Because that says it goes in here. That goes middle of board below that square thing, so it goes somewhere around here. LED. LED, and that's LED. Long leg. Ooh, long leg is the top. Yeah, what they'd said, I'd made a comment in chat when NanoFix was doing the review, and the emails come through saying, "Oh, we've seen you in that chat. We've checked out your channel. We know you've only been streaming about a month, and not got many followers," which is true. But they wanted to collaborate with me, and one of the other channels that they'd done it with only had a few hundred subscribers, and now he's got several thousand. Well, I've checked out the subscriber that they're claiming that they've worked with, and he's got 32,500 followers, and that's all he does is product reviews. And I'm happy to do a review. I don't have any issues with that at all. And I'll do an honest review on it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I've done different things in the past for the last 30 years with that, so I've certainly got experience with doing it, but I don't know, it just seemed a little bit out of the blue and a little bit soon, but I suppose it is what it is. It is what it is. Quick question: are crystals polarized? I don't think they are they? I can put that in either way to make that work. I don't think they can go. I think it can go in either way to do that. Oh, can't even get it blinking hole. No, they aren't. I didn't think they were. Thanks, Cartho. Grab a bit of raw dog in it again on this one. Come on, all for James. All for one and one for all. Muscahand always ready. One for all for one. I ain't got any flux on that. I ain't got any solder on that. It'll never stick without any solder. Better. Now it's drunk it all. Done. Yeah, I was skeptical. They did send me a link to a YouTube stream, and I actually opened it by mistake from WhatsApp. They'd sent me an email, and I copied it into WhatsApp just to read, so I could look at the stream. The thing, the email address is a genuine email address. I've even checked out the LinkedIn profile as well, of the person who sent it, but that's only they've done exactly the same as scammers. So I think I think skeptical is always the best avenue. That's what I say to people. Never believe anything, and you won't go far wrong. But yeah. Have I told you can substitute thermal compound for sulfur paste? Yeah, never believe anything. But yeah, I just don't want to fall foul to anything, because some of them are quite convincing, and the lore of we'll do this and we'll do that sounded a bit too much. Too much. I'm hoping it's genuine and real, because it would be nice to do a review on something and share it. Yeah, I've reached out to a couple of the creators, and they said that they have been approached by different people, but they've obviously had all the scams as well. Yeah, I think it would have to be. I'd like to think I'm pretty astute and switched on with it all, but I suppose everyone thinks that, don't we? Till we get caught out. We have the LED in. We have 2 switches in at the bottom, which are going to be those. They've got multiple plugs on. Oh, they go in there, don't they? So the on and off switch. Where's the other switch go then? Yeah, I looked at that as well in the sandbox, because Tony had sent me it as well, Carthor, and I opened Windows 10 sandbox virtual machine to do it, and I saw it was to an exe file. I know some other content creators have been hacked and compromised as well through a fake Rode microphone sponsorship partnership agreement, but they'd actually. From what I can gather, they were told that they needed to download Office, Microsoft Office, even though they had it on the system. So followed the link which it was telling them to do Microsoft Office, which clearly wasn't Office and some other software. So yeah, I would probably open any links that were sent anyway in a VM just to be double sure. And you can never be 100% sure, but yeah, I can just boot onto another an environment and just dispose of that one if it's not right. I haven't put that big inductor in down there either. This that's an inductor, so that inductor will not be polarized either, because we've got all the same size legs. So I need to. Oh god, the legs are stiff. So yeah, we'll go down there. Yeah, it just frustrates me. I see some people which have been compromised with different hacking and vulnerability scams, where they've had pop-ups coming up on the computer and things like that, and it's just shocking that there's people out there which just take advantage of people, and yeah, it's just not nice. Just not nice. Way of the world, unfortunately. So that one will go in that hole just there. I've got 2 buttons. Why would I have? Oh, there's another one in centre. That'll be why I've got 2 buttons. 1, 2. Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble, Plod. I'm going to have to hold these up, and I'm just going to put a tad of. Not that one, pick wrong one up. And put a bit of flux on there, and I'm just going to see if I can just hold that there and put that one on there. Ooh, don't fall out, missus. Beep. Hold that in place. That one on. I'll get that one on again. Get that one on again. There we go. Right, at least one's piddled. That one's drunker than a drunk thing on a drunk day. That one, look at that. How did that fall out? At least I can push it out. Yeah, it does. I was it was at Lumina. It's prevalent that though. I can't remember which YouTuber is it I watch, and he does the not the scam reviews, the malware reviews and whatnot, and it's always there up in top half a dozen. Is Lumina Stealer, but it's highly effective at what it does. That's the unfortunate thing. It's just so well written, but again, it's people. Just the exploitation. It just sickens me, really does. And I think a lot of people think it's their fault when they get compromised, or I shouldn't have been so stupid to believe, man, I didn't think he were from my bank or whatever. And I usually just say to them, look, don't blame yourself. The person who's rung you has been trained to do this. He's a trained professional. He's just a scumbag who's trained to do something what's not very nice. But like any professional, they train and they've got all the answers. They just, yeah, they should never blame themselves, the victims. And the unfortunate thing is, a lot of them do, and they feel stupid and embarrassed and vulnerable because they've been compromised. But yeah, it's just a case of working your way through it then, and dealing with it. I normally give them some pointers, which cuts down on 95% of vulnerabilities online, and there's such simple things which you can do just to improve your online security. And some of them will sit in front of me and go, that'll never work, or yeah, it will, it's proven. It's a proven thing what does work and will work. But hey. You can actually download the malware files freely from quite a few websites, because you can download them for testing, and then you can pair them up, or you can even get AI to pair them up to make files to be able to do horrific things to people's data and whatnot. So it's just a lot of it's window dressing. That's all they rely on. It's like having a good thumbnail. As long as you've got something which people want to click on, they'll click on it. It's just not good. Not good at all. So we've now got wonky buttons. Wonky. It's like Leaning Tower of Pisa, that, isn't it? I'm not going to straighten it because I think there's tolerances there. Tolerances. Or there will be tolerances when I've done it. We kind of running out of bits now, so we can't be too far. I've got something with 3 things here. And I've got something with... Right, that's going to be the potentiometer up there. That's got to go in there, hasn't it? Like so. So let me get that soldered in, because that's a big wonky thing. That's a big wonky leg thing, which is going to move out that way. This board doesn't want to take solder as nice as some of the other kits I've done. Just don't want to play ball as nice. That's better. Yeah, just going back to that. I ain't seen chat, so I don't know what you're on about. But just going back to that, it always amazes me how many people put their full name in their email address, but they'd never dream of walking down the road and giving people the name. It always gets me that why they use the correct details in email. Don't know why they would do that. But I suppose if they're taught better cyber security at a young age, we'd all be aware of it more than we are now. So we need to put that blue thing in the LED. That thing goes in that way. This is a 5K something, or a variable resistor, that into it. That shiny thing goes to the top. My technicality on that shiny thing there goes to the top. these are copyrighted by me, by the way. You can't be using it on your own stream, so I don't think you can. Shiny thing on the top, sticky through things, and short-legged resistors. They're all copyrighted and my ideas. So yeah, there'll be a lawsuit impending if you come and use my ideas. And if you make millions from it, I expect royalties. There we go. Put that out that way. Oh, I've got 3 more things sticking through there. Where did they come from? Or are they things I'm soldering? Look at this. It's because they've got long legs. Don't think I'm eating bored enough. I think that's what I'm doing wrong today. I'm trying to rush it. Trying to show off. Getting too excited, getting giddy. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any identifying. I don't have anything identifying in my email address, and also I have, like a lot of people nowadays, they have several email addresses. So I have one email address for like registering on Badcaps, for example, or any websites like that, and then I have another website that I have for another email that I use for, you know, purchasing and things like that. So Amazon, eBay, online shopping, and then on the websites that you register with, I never use my correct details. I always use a fake name. So if that website gets compromised, for example, so I usually say to people, look, use the name James Bond. We all know who James Bond is. If you ever get an email saying James Bond, you've won the lottery, you instantly know that email, that information's come from a compromised website that you've registered on, and it's not for you. So no matter how convincing that email is, because it's come through as a fake name, what you've set up and registered on that website, you know full well that they don't really know who you are. You haven't really won lottery, or you haven't really got a problem with your bank or whatever it is. And if they ring you and call you by that name, you instantly know that it's fake as well. So it cuts down an awful lot. Awful lot of that. So yeah, I would say if you are registered on any sites, don't use your right details. But you've got to look at social media. The amount of information people put on social media, they put obviously the full name on there so they can be found by friends. They put their dates of birth on there. They even say when they're going out or when they're going on holiday, or they share their lives on it, and it's just crazy. You know, it gets me. And it's not going to go any worse because they're not actually teaching people not to do it. They're kind of encouraging people to do it even more. But yeah, as I say, the biggest thing that I found, I use a fake name. So James Bond, for example, registered on Badcaps under the name James Bond. If Badcaps or whatever website it is gets compromised, and I get a spam email to my email saying, James, this is your bank, you need to fill this in, I instantly know it is fake. And it just cuts down on so much stuff. So much stuff. Okay, so we'll see if we can get this in the little hole and get it. Oh, it's gone in straight away. I managed to get it in straight away. I'm just going to tack one corner up and get that on there. Do that on there. Do that on there. Hey up, Tony. How are you, sir? Heard out from you in a couple of days. Got your last video. Amazing work as always. Amazing work. How's Greco? Doing good? Branching out far afield, then, if you're sending them all over the world, international shipping. But I think it's justified because the product is amazing. I've still got mine up there. I have used it a couple of times now. So yeah, really is a good product. And if nobody knows what it is, but I'm sure everyone does, if nobody knows what it is, please check it out on Simple Text website. His short finder is just really revolutionary, and yeah, it certainly helped a novice out like me. Whether you're a novice or a professional, I think you'll find a use for it. Tell when I'm concentrating because I can't talk and read and solder at the same times. How many orders have you got then, Tony? For a fair few. Just remember, guys, when you're watching this terrible soldering, I've only been soldering on YouTube for 5 weeks. Oh dear, you can tell sometimes, can't you? I've been burning myself a lot longer. I do all this and realise I've got this in the wrong way. I have to get solder sucker out, take it all back off. Ooh, get in there. Oh, missing a hole now. Will I have enough solder? Got another 16 reels of it, so I should have. There we go. BC2 tip. What's one of those? What's the BC2 tip? Is that a... I need to buy another IPA dispenser. Just my things fell off. Is it a different type of... Ah, my pipe split, that's what it is. Change that over. Oh, it's the model. Is that? Does that mean... Pouring out now. Pouring out. Oh, gotta give it a good rub. Make it nice and shiny. The more you rub it, the shinier it gets. What do we say? Better than factory. Oh, weather. That's got an hat on. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it had a blob on top, like dotting the eyes, and it's not. It's a blob of solder. I won't get this in Tony's repair school. I'd be sacked. Get off and walk. Yeah, that'll do. BC2 best. Is that a manufacturer? Oh, C245. Yeah, because I've got 2 soldering irons. I prefer the I don't know what size. Oh dear, I've got the IPA. I prefer this size as opposed to my thing. Is a BC2 the shape of the tip then? Is it the shape end what you're referring to with the BC2? And we've got Chris giving us a thumbs up for it as well. It's the name of the tip, right? I will. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a photo of that because if it's going to improve what I can do. Oh, my phone's just decided to go flat, so I can't. Oh no, it hasn't. Why did it do that? Went into a reboot cycle. Sorry, you can just look at my arm a second whilst I just take a photo screen. Just be really rude and do that. Oh, one of them. Where's that go? I don't remember seeing my picture. I'm not going to put chip in yet. I wonder if it goes up there. Really don't know what I'm doing here. I'll probably put things in before I need to put them in. I really should follow instructions. So put the 40 pin adapter in. And we need to put this little one in. Down there. Oh, crikey. I want to get that in now. Like that. That's how. Hey Tony, you missed us soldering earlier with not to a thermal paste. Did you know it's actually it doubles up as solder paste. You can actually solder with it. Did you know that? Come on, iron, warm up. Oh, how's he feeling with it? You can feel a bit grotty, can't they? Yeah, the knock to a pace. I think it surprised a few people that Carl. Yeah, surprised a few people how effective it is at soldering. They're not biting though. We'll give that a miss for the time being, but we will venture that way again. So we now have got quite a lot of stuff on here. So I've got to be. And now the end is. Oh, that must go on there. Got to go on there, hasn't it? Yeah, that goes on there. We'll get that slung in there. Oh, it's extremely straight pins. Are they all angled for a reason, do you think? Yeah, must be angled for a reason. They're all angled the same way. We can push that together and we'll get a bit of a watch me call it thingy bobble on there. Bit of a blob of liquid metal. We're warming up just to be nice. There we go. The green one is called a ZIF socket. Yeah, I've got one on my. I didn't know it was called a ZIF socket. I've got one on my BIOS programmer that I built on the quite a common little thing, aren't they? Is that zero interface? Is that what it stands for? Good evening, Philip. How are you? How are you? How are you? You? Welcome to the madhouse. Welcome to the jungle. Isn't that Guns N' Roses who sang that? I think it was. Oh, Mr. Oh, look at that. Can't get it in. Just can't get it in for trying. Oh dear. It's all gone to pot. It's all gone to pot, I tell you. What dog must be lonely? She's come back to see me. That she's farted in the living room and she even doesn't like the smell. Terrible at that. And last one. Oh. For anybody who's joining and you don't know what we're building, we are building a like that now. A inductor component tester. HU053 to be very specific. And that's what we've done so far. We're getting down to pointy end of things now. Nearly all done. Ooh, yeah, nearly all done. Yeah, really down to the business end of things. Of zero insertion force. It's a bit. All right. Holding it in place. bit on there to hold that one in place as well. Don't know. Main event coming. Looking good. Don't need to trim. We've got one of them horrible cases. Next one is the big welding tensiometer. Note the direction. Oh, crikey. Note the direction. That's what we're telling us. Can't really get... Right, that's got to go at the bottom. My legs is bent. Yeah. Got to go that way. Can't really see it. It's too big for screen. I'm going to zip off the microscope one because we're getting onto big components now, and we'll try and do it on here like so. Plus, I can see chat. Then I've just got a new monitor from our friends in Oz and Wizard of Oz, not Australia, by the way. And that is not a. According to this, it is. According to that, it is. Are they wrong? Yeah, I've just got a new monitor from. Yeah, they are wrong. Well, if they're wrong, it doesn't really say a great deal for me because I would believe in them. I believe everything. Does it click? It clicks. Yes, it does click. Phil, it clicks. Where's my microphone? It's very stiff, and so is the click. So, yeah, what I was saying, I've got a new monitor from AliExpress, but it clicks, and I've set it up, but it's directly. I didn't realise where I was setting it. It's directly behind where I put my microscope, so I can't see chat when I've got the microscope on very clearly. But it is very near me, so I can see it a lot better than I could before. So, stop. Okay, I stopped. I stopped. I can't solder that. Stop. I've stopped. I've stopped. I've stopped. I've stopped. I've stopped. Stop. I stopped. Stop right now. Thank you very much. It says I weld it. Get the welding machine and weld. You know what? You had me there. You had me. I stopped because I thought I was doing something wrong. Are they wrong about that? Do I need oxyacetylene out? Do I need plasma torch? You got me to stop as well. And I stopped. You're taking advantage of me. You're a terror. Ganging up on this poor, innocent YouTuber. Tell you. Tell you. I wonder why they call it welding, because that's just not a translation thing, is it? They must know difference. They must know difference, because soldering and welding in, I mean, is that why Chinese cars fall to pieces? Because bodywork's just soldered together. You've got somebody sat there with soldering iron and just soldering panels together or something like that. I don't know. Well, they said solder it. Yeah, we just solder it. Maybe you need a TIG weld machine. I suppose, yeah, you're melting the metal. You're melting the metal, aren't you? I did have a welding machine, but it kept blowing the it were a red one. I don't know what type it was. It was red, but it kept blowing fuses in the house. So I had to turn it right down. I could never really weld successfully, but I gave it a go. Made a gate and a trailer for. I had a friend and he needed to go back to Greece, and his trailer subframe had fallen to pieces. So I said, "Oh, I'll weld that. I can weld that." Well, we had a go at welding it. That's about all I'll say. We had a go. We had a go. He seemed to weld it, just not successfully. Right, by the looks of it now, I've got to put the big chips in. That one goes over there. Not going in straight. It's not going in at all, that. Oh, is these the ones where I've got to bend the legs? Because they don't go in right, do they? Oh dear. I have to blow the mind of a Chinese, show him a sonic welder, and they will ask, where do you put the solder? Probably. Oh dear me. Oh, Charles, how did your stream go? I heard you were streaming tonight. I didn't mean to crash the party. I only got told afterwards, once I'd started, that you were streaming tonight. Did it go okay? I wish I'd caught it. I'll catch it if you've uploaded it. I will. I'll give it a watch. Play viewers how to find pin 1. Pin 1. Are you asking me how to find pin 1? I'm following picture on here. On here, the picture there has got a it's got a circle on a cutout, and it's opposite side to Crystal. So yeah, that's what I'm basically doing now. I'm trying to get it in here. I'm trying to reach out. Oh, brilliant. I'm glad it went okay for you, Charles. I'm really sorry I couldn't catch it. I will catch a future one, and I promise I will. I'll not stream at the same time, so I can pop it and give you a little bit of support. So yeah, glad it went really well. Is there going to be more to come, Charles? Yeah, the notch. Sorry, Phil. It is. There's a notch there. Is that how you find pin 1? Is pin 1 straight above the notch? Is that what that is? I literally just followed the picture, like I said, and I just kind of did it off there. So I'm presuming pin 1 is there. To the left of it. Ah, right, okay. So that would be, so if we look at the notch like so, to the left of it is pin 1. And then obviously, I presume pin 1 to whatever, and then does it count back down? I would think. I'm not too sure. So I do need to bend these legs a little bit because, as we all know, they don't go in without bending them. So we have got a tiny little notch on there for the wow, 14. If there's anybody watching who's not hit subscribe, and a like would go amazingly well for me. Thank you very much in advance. We have got a little notch on there, if you can see, and there's a little tiny. I don't really see, but there is a tiny notch on there, so it's just a case of slipping one in the other, and without any that reassuring little clunk, we get it in there. No notch to top. And to the left of it, yeah, I thought to the right it goes counterclockwise. Oh, is that how it goes? You think pin 1 is there? That would be counterclockwise and moving around there, wouldn't it? As opposed to clockwise. I'm just thinking of if we had a IC chip like this one, pin 1 is up here, and pin 1 they would count that way, wouldn't they? So that would go counterclockwise, but I don't know if that's the same as if it was a chip like this, because obviously the different form factors. So you'd hold it like that. Oh yeah, to the left. I suppose, yeah. I was holding it like that with the notch down. That's why you said to the top, yeah. So that's me not reading it correctly. So it is counterclockwise. So yeah, that's me not fully understanding, which probably sums it all up. Sums it all up. So we've got those in. I've got that in. I've got those in. I've got that in. I'm only left with sticky out pieces now, which I presume that's one thing, and then that one goes on there. Ooh, hey, if you drop that, it pops back out. We're only left with about 3 or 4 things, a couple of knobs, and obviously one holding its soldering iron and camera here. I think we're on the home straight. So Charles, you did a Nintendo Switch on stream tonight. Oh, I don't want to be taking any solder on there. I think from memory last time these just didn't like to yeah, I'm presuming it's those which plugs into probably those like that, and then that obviously goes in there like so, I would imagine, or maybe like that, to do it like that. But yeah, they're going to be onto there. Thinking that's how it goes. No. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, green board. They go on the green board, and then that goes on there. So yeah, that is right. I know it. You're paying too much, Roman. I just haven't never got enough. I see some of these YouTubers and they've got like 3 things on the desk. My desk is horrendous. If I zoom out, I'll show you what I mean. I will get back to your comments on that, Philip. Sorry, because that. But I've just got stuff all over. It only looks tiny when I zoom in. We had this on 3. There we go. Right, so the socket goes on the display and the pin's on the main board. Right, so I do need to set those 2 out then. Thank you very much for spotting that, because if not, I would have been still stuck trying to. I'm glad it didn't solder all the way. So thank you so much for that. Just looking at the picture though, and there you go. The picture is showing the pins on the green. Well, I thought that was obviously green, so that's why I was putting the pins in there as per the photograph. But I can't see where it tells me to solder the. Oh no, the head has definitely gone the blue. Head has definitely gone the blue, or whatever they're called. Camera, the socket goes on the display and the pin's on the main board, but it shouldn't matter. What do we reckon then? If there's going to be power in here. Oh yeah, no. What I was thinking was, if there's power in here, you're best off with something insulated, aren't you? If there's power in there. I have blocked them holes up, so I'm just going to get a little bit of my wick, bit of John mechanic wick, and clean them holes out. Can't balance that. There we go. Let's get this all sucked out. Are we? Whoa! We're breathing smoking. Need to put that under the camera. Come on, baby. Relight my fire. Relight my fire. Ouch. Right, pretend you didn't see that. I'm doing all this without any safety net and equipment. Don't worry. Don't mind, I've got a fume extractor on my desk and I keep forgetting to turn it on. Oh my gosh. I have to turn that fume extractor on, sorry. There we go. Don't think it. I think my noise cancelling should get rid of it. So it shouldn't make too much of a noise on stream. It just means I can breathe more easily. Oh, it's sucking it away. Look at that. Sounds like an asthmatic frog, but it jumped off suck well. Can't get that. Can't get that solder out of there. Can't get that solder out of there. I have to heat it up and push it through. That's it. We'll quickly run a bead of flux down those and we will attempt to get them all on. Right, let's have a look. Sorry, I've missed the chat again. The socket can be the. I was trying to put the solder in plugged in. Yeah. It was blocked up, so I could get the pegs back in. What temp is your soldering iron? I am running my soldering iron at 445 currently. Is that a bit warm? 445. I tend to run somewhere between sort of 430 to 440. It is leaded solder as well. It's the same one as Uncle Soren uses, the SX862. Right, let me drop that back down a bit then. Let's try 400. Oh. Oh, it's gone right down now. It's still going down. Oh, I've gone and broke it. Right, 400. 350 to 380. If you go so high, oxidation therefore wear on the tip. I reckon that's what's happened to that. I think I burnt that tip out. It's not taking solder, so it needs a good. And I think this is probably what's happening to this as well. It was performing so much better before, and I probably burnt it out. I think it's just you get a bit more instant result, don't you, with a higher temperature? It just heats up obviously a lot quicker because the joint. I've probably been thinking I've been doing it right, and obviously I've been doing it wrong. We've got all them in. We'll give that a quick spruce, bit of a spring clean, do its hair and makeup and make it look pretty. Yeah, they're all soldered. Can't say it's my best work. Thank you very much, Philip. Thank you very much. I'm not a pro at this at all. So any tips or feedback, I do take it as constructive, no matter what you say or whatever. It's it'll never offend me, because certainly there's people in chat who know a hell of a lot more than I do, which probably really doesn't take a great deal. So I'm thinking now, and I'm not going to stop again to weld. Weld the row pins, align, do not weld crooked. Insert the screen inside the row, do not insert backwards. Well, I don't even know what that means. But that's got to go like that. So I'm assuming that that goes into there like that. And we'll put a little bit of solder magic fluid on there. We'll see what Zebedee can do. Come on. So let me solder iron warm back up. We're cooking at 400. A nice blob on there. Ouch! That pin gets hot when you solder. Yeah. Sorry if I've just deafened everyone. That really, really hot. Forgot it got hot. That's what welding does for you. Not all that. Ouch! Not all the M pin. I'm going to do this under microscope because this is quite a fiddly, this one, because I can't put it in lopsided and I've got to put it in straight. My monitor's just gone off. I think that's going to be the best angle for me to be able to do this. Yeah, they transfer heat extremely fast. I burnt my finger. I'll start with that side and then I will move down as we go. I'm going to tack them all in place and I can go around and make it look pretty afterwards, can't I? As long as there's a good anchor on them. If I put two together, will that make it stronger? Oh, well, we've got a message. That's the. Oh, I've got one of those. Is that what I should be using? I've got one of those, Tony. Ooh. Sorry, Tony suggested that. Just let me grab that. I have got one of those. There we go. As if by magic. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. It's the iron not transferring heat spread. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I should have thought it's just the amount of heat soak. Oh, it's better. It's nice having a nice clean tip. It just, that sounds really rude, doesn't it? But it just, oh, look at that. Look at that. What a difference. Just the amount of thermal mass you get on it to go through. But they say every day's a school day. I'm only making this look hard just so other YouTubers can make it look easy. just to make everyone else look good. Hey, I'm down into single numbers now. D5. Creep it round the back of the pad. Do that one again. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, that's a bit carrying its winter weight, that one, isn't it? Take a little bit of, put it on a diet. Come on, come off. There we go. Take a little bit off. We'll have a sit down. Look at that. Can't believe somebody's gone and burnt my screen before they sent it to me. Oh no, it weren't. They put a bit of flux on it. Yeah, right, so I'll drop my temperature to 380. Better than factory. Better than factory. I mean, that's only if it's a shoe factory, but yeah, better than factory. So I have got, move that back out of the way. And then back on here. Woohoo! So we know that one plugs in there. I'm not going to build the case tonight because the case is a, might do, bit of a nightmare. Got to figure out where that goes. That goes in that DC plug just there. Solder that in. So we're going to try this on 380, like press that one, knock it up by 10 degrees because that was that, and then put a little bit of fluxation on those pads. Fluxation in the nation. Taking a little bit more heat with it being a holding it in, like me when I go out. I just hold it all in. I'm breathing anyway. We all do that as fellas. Just breathe in more often. Better than factory. Probably get a copyright strike if I keep on saying that. Where is it? It's there. Well, it's not as bad as some Chinese soldering that I've seen anyway. I mean, it's not as good as, but it's not as bad as. I've got... The good news is, I've got no spare parts apart from a few resistors. I don't think I've got any spare holes. Not that I can see. I have got something down there. I haven't got a clue what that is. There's PSVGT. Ah, will that be test points for programming, do you think? Because I certainly haven't got any other parts to go in there. And I will quickly have a look in the instructions that I've not followed at all. I don't think anything goes in there. Yeah, we'll look at this picture just here, and I bet you can't see, but if you look at that picture there, those holes there are empty and blank. I need to check the polarity of the resistors. Shall I do that with my continuity tester? And I presume I put that on DC amps, don't I, to do that? Or shall I just unsolder them all? Will that be an easier way of doing it? Right. Shall I just pop them out and do it? Because I can't do them in circuit, can I? I'm getting excited now. Oh, satisfying little push. We need to put this on here. I need to
So stiff. Just pretend that goes on there, and pretend they are straight and go on there. Two. Another yellow one here. Looking good. He's out of circuit. Hey, Carthor, can you remember when we did the power supply? I think it was, and there was something on the power supply for not the power supply, the radio, and there was on the schematic an M, and according to everything, it was a motor, and it was a vibration motor. We said, well, it can't have one because it's a radio; it doesn't need one. There was actually one in the pack, yeah, vibration motor. There was one in the pack. I found it in the bag. Yeah. Well, according to what is it? A P5. Let me just see if we get a P5. Can't see anywhere on here where we get a P5. So, do you think it's for a backlight what we don't use? Are we assuming it's for a backlight we don't use? Can't see anything on the instructions here to say anything to do with a P5. I've got U's and everything else, but no Q's. I've got a P1, which is a blue terminal. Can't see I've got an RP, an R9, an X1. I don't remember. Oh, that was Crystal. U2. A celebrity. Yeah. They're on the schematic. Oh, can we have a look on the schematic? Believe it or not, this isn't the camera. It's the writing's blurred. The schematic is blurred. So it's not the camera. You just have to put up with it. It is so blurred. We've got R5 P35. P25. I can't see anything on there. I think more than 2 beers to make this sharp. Do you know what? Joking apart, Roman, if I had 2 beers, I would be unconscious. I ain't drunk in about 12 years. I'm such a lightweight. Yeah, such a lightweight. Yeah, P5. I can't see. Did you see it on there somewhere? It's at the bottom. I'm not seeing a P. There's a P. Oh, P5. Yeah. But it doesn't tell me what it is. I've got no other parts, so I can't fit it. It goes through a resistor. That's basically what it is, but is it for programming? That's what I was thinking, like a pin header for a BIOS or something like that. Yeah, TX and RX. I'm thinking it's yeah, for programming. There's nothing with it. So do you think it's so you can connect and reprogram this chip if needed, rather than having to check it out? Might be from an earlier board revision or something. Could it be that? Let's see if it works without it. Let's see if it works without it. Yeah. Programming.
Just don't know what voltage it was. If there's anything in the instructions but voltage. Should we just stick 5 volts in it and see if that works? Let me get a power end and not put 19 volts in it because that's what power supply is set to. That would be very, very bad. So you'll have to excuse me 1 second because I need to find the end of my power supply. It's gone for a walk. There it is. Turn that off a second because it might. Oh, how lucky am I? Actually, the default end I've got on there. So let's knock this back to. Yeah, I wouldn't know whether they're regulated, but I don't think there is. There's a couple of. Should we start at 3 volts then? Do you think? There you go, 3 volts. Let's put screen in. I have got a couple of tuning things, one here and one down here as well, but I don't think either one of those two are for that. So let's plug it in and we will have on. Right, we've got a backlight. Let me knock the bench lights off so we can see. We'll go down to mood lighting. Oh. Just put see from there. It should say on the schematic, or it should. Yeah, I had a quick look, but I couldn't see anything on the schematic. What voltage? Mainly because it's so blurred. 5 volts DC. Yeah, kind of gives it away. It's in great big red letters on there. Pots will do contrast, will it? Okay. So let's just knock that off, and I'll just unplug that just to be safe because my power supply isn't the most. It's not the most easy to get to a right. As you can see, I'm doing it manually with my hand. It's just twisty knobs. There we go, 5 volts. So will it work fully? Whew. Bit of pressure here. Should we have a drum roll? Get that for a roll of a drum. For it. We have illumination. Illumination. Well, it lights up. Do we think that's contrast? Should I be moving that little twisty pot at that side? Get a screwdriver. Oh, right, that is definitely. Hey, we have. You can't really see. Let me just see if it'll come back to life if I take the. Put a bit more light on it. There we go. You can see it a little bit better. So that was. Yeah. You mean on my camera or on there? I don't know how to do it on my camera, if I'm being perfectly honest. I will double click that and do configure video and do cancel that. No, not that one. Oh, I'm going to mess these up terribly now. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're going to leave them on there because I honestly don't know. It works. It works. It works. It works. It works. We have FLC tester. I don't know what that all means. The capacitor. L will be inductors, will it? I don't know what the C is, but it works. So we need a capacitor to test it with. I have some in my drawer. Oh. We have a drawer full of bits here. We have. Oh, look at that. We have a drawer full of bits. There
go. We have a drawer full of it. And we should have capacitors. So I've got one capacitor there. I've got some red capacitors there, which I don't know what they do, but they're red. And got another capacitor there. And we've got a green one, got a black one, got a black one, got another green one. Plenty of capacitors. I'm looking for an inductor or something. I don't think that's going to be any use. I wouldn't say you want to see it rest in the office, but you probably don't. It's a bit of a tip. We have a blue one, and we've got a little ceramic capacitor as well. And we've got a diode as well. There we go, you can see my legs. If you want to see the terrible mess of an office, that's the well, that's my arm. You don't see that. Start. Let me zoom that out. Yeah, that's my box of delights over there. It's a bit of a mess, as you can see. Oh, yeah, and that's where we're streaming from. Woohoo! We'll go back to there. Oh, there we go. Quick room tour. Room tour? One of them two. So we have, anybody know how to use these? Because I ain't got a clue. Can't do that because you can't see it. Put that under there, see if I can get you to the right. I can see it clear as day, just you guys can't. Zoom down a little bit more. Right. So we'll work off there. All brand new parts. Repair the broken PCB. You mean the ones in the box? I have hundreds. I have hundreds. There's several. There's a full set of drawers with different stuff in. I've got a 3060 graphic card, which a GeForce 3060, which is decided to stop working, so that will be on there. But I have boxes upon boxes of stuff, so yeah, and that's just 2 drawers. I've got hundreds of them. Right, frequency, inductance, and capacitance. Thank you so much for that, Philip. We'll get back down to here, and I will zoom down again just to try and get that right way. Might work wonders. And do zoom, 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 zoom. That's the way. If we can just tuck that out of the way. Nope. Or Testral coming useful. So, can everyone see? Can you see that okay? I think so. Looks good on my camera. Looks good on my camera. Right, does anybody know how to use this then? I'm presuming that's the test button. Ah, complete. I wonder which holes I put this in. Instructions. Tells us how to do that. It tells us how to do that. That just tells us how to turn it on. I suppose if we put it in and it works, we know it works. So should we just go like that? No. Whoa! That's doing something. This should be a 100 UF. Put that one in because I can actually hold that a bit better. Right, this is a 470 UF, 25 volt 470. No, legs don't reach. Can't use that one. Going back to this one. Looking for something with a bit longer and stiffer legs. So this is a 470 10 volt.
10-volt 470. So I'm going to shove it in that hole there. Oh no, them legs don't reach at all. So only ones I can put a ceramic in. This is a 104. That's reading 2 PF. No. I'm not having much success with this, am I? Not having much success at all. I built it, no idea how to use it. Put them legs to the same length, might make it a bit easier to slide it in the hole. Ah, we've got a turny dial there, haven't we? I wonder what that turny dial does. I've come up with UF now. So that must be range. Yeah. Oh, UH, big H. So UF. So this is where I need to calibrate it. Close as if, yeah. This is a 100 UF. Close that. And it's coming back as 120. So do you think I should calibrate it? I'm not going to touch it until you tell me yes or no. Do you think I should be calibrating this? This is a 100 UF and it's coming back as 120. So is this a calibration screw, do we think? So if it is, I'm thinking that I can just twist that a couple of times. Using multimeter to check it first. Good point. So let me just pop that out. I did try this the other day and I didn't have much success measuring a capacitor. So we will just try again. Right. For whatever reason, I need to put that in right hole. Oh, it went right hole. Yeah, for whatever reason, I can't measure capacitance on my meter. It's a. If anyone's familiar with this meter, please tell me. But I'm presuming I put it in. Those are the right holes I put it in, and then I'm presuming I select capacitance. Hold for 10 seconds. Ah, so it's not like right, got you. Right, so let me put that back down. I understand now. Again, all the gear, no idea. Right, thank you guys. I will just come back to there and I will zoom back down. And we'll get my measuring a time change. So I'm thinking it's like voltage, which does it instantly. How long do you call a few seconds? Ah, it's charging the cap, is that what it is? Right, obviously meter's now reading 104.7. That'll be why I was just impatient. So thank you so much, guys. Really, really didn't know that at all. I just thought my meter were broken, didn't read it. So 104.7, 104.8. So it is climbing a little bit. Right, so I think it's stabilised at 104.9, 104, well, 105 really, to do that. So let's put this back in. So shall I just turn this now until we get down to 104, I suppose if I just make it the same as my meter. Ooh. Oh wait, they don't like that at all. 104.85. There's a big, must be like a, because it suddenly jumps from 104.63 to yeah, that's now not altering it. Yeah, it suddenly jumps down. I'm just thinking that I'm probably not going to be a million miles off. I don't think I'm going to be using this as one of those thingy bobs. So if I leave it at that, because if I go up too high, it jumps to 105. Am I best off being a little bit? It jumps right up. There's just no scale for movement in there. Right, let's try another one. Good idea. Can I test that? Is that a thermistor capacitor? Can I test that? I'll shove it in. See? No. No, can't. Oh. Come up as 8 UF. Right, that's come up as a 1368 PF picofarads. That should be a resistor. Can I test resistors on here then? Is there any? Let's see if there's anything in here which tells me where I point the thing. No, there's nothing in it to tell me how to actually operate it. Oh, there is here. PF, UF, UH, but a big H, and then Hertz. What would the Hertz be for? Is that for testing crystals? Am I not right on that? I don't know. Anyway, we've got another capacitor here. Oh, it's a 470. Yeah, this is a 470, this. Right, this is a 470 UH. Yeah, frequency. Yeah, I wonder what the frequency's for though. What would you use that for, Philip and Carthor? Right, so that's more or less spot on at 470. I think that's quite an accurate cap, that. 471.4 fluctuating. Let me check that on the meter. Just can't quite get this in shot because I've zoomed in quite a long way. Sorry, guys. We're just trying it on the multimeter. But it, as I know now, it takes a few seconds. So clock's being like a crystal then. Yeah. 501 on my multimeter. But, so cap is reading 500. Well, changing a little bit. Yeah, it's reading 500 on multimeter. Is this cap? And it's reading 470 on here. I mean, this multimeter comes with high reviews. But it's taking a lot of setting on here. But I suppose if I set it for this, I've lost all setting for other one, haven't I? That was reading the same as that. Microcontrollers. I do have a oscilloscope as well. Megahertz range, alright. I need a proper calibrated capacitor. Yeah, I'm just comparing them to the readings on the multimeter on that one. What else does this test then? So we've done capacitors, which is the C. What did you say the F and L was? Can't do resistance. Coils, so they're inductors. The only inductors I've got are the SMD ones, so I can't really test them, can I? I's for inductance. Okay. So just frequency, inductance, and capacitance. Yeah, and I won't be able to test. Do you know what I could do? You know what I've had a thought? And everyone watching the stream earlier, we said, what can we use? What can we use the solder legs for? Well, we've just found the perfect thing. When you build something and you don't know what to do with it, you put 2 solder legs on it. So we're going to attempt. We're going to attempt to put 2 solder legs on this inductor. Who said it were a bad idea? There we go. We found. That's going to burn my fingers, isn't it? It's going to burn my fingers. I'm going to be clever and use a pair of tweezers. I'm falling for that again. Falling for that again. One on. Any particular solder leg? I'll do. Left or right? Not really bothered. Get that on there. Like, I'm doing it off camera again, aren't I? Just watching an empty screen there. Luckily, on time TV. Wonderful. Wonderful. We now know why they met their legs so wrong. I've answered my own question, haven't I? Answered my own question. I've still got burns on me. I did that one the other day with soldering iron. That really, yeah, it's not good. I kind of grabbed my soldering iron. I'm not the best. So, should we say they're going the same holes? Do I just measure this on the same? L, right, L's going to be inductance, isn't it? So, does anybody know what that means then? UH. Right, I'm on UH. I have no idea what that means. 2812. Should that have any reference to anything? Yeah, because whoa, that's Hertz. UH must be that one. No, that's Hertz. Yeah, UH is that one. I don't know what that button does at all. That's UF. That's UH, I think. I might be a little bit behind on chat, sorry. Henry! That's micro Emrys, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, micro Emrys. Yeah, that's definitely Hertz, because it doesn't go any further around. That's got to be U big H, and it's coming to 1.4, 1.5 UH. Can I test inductors on my multimeter? Don't you just measure resistance on an inductor? Or does it have to charge up like a capacitor? Can't they work like a reservoir? No, you can't. Okay. Ah, 3.3. Okay. Well, none of these are reading 3.3 when I put it on. So PF, UF, UH. Definitely UH on that one. But I put it into the same holes as I put the capacitor into. It might need a different hole. Now, I don't think you do need a different hole. That's reading 1.1. Let me see the schematic again. Okay. We might be best off doing the schematic because it's that blurred under microscope. Microscope. That's what I can see. Again, that's focused. It's just it's blurred. Where would you like to be? Want to see where it says ZIF. That's LCD. That's not that. Oh, it's here. I presume that's it. Is that the ZIF connector? IC14P. I think they all go to common places, don't they? Up here by it looks of it. SK1, yeah, SK1, that's the ZIF. But they look like they're all joined. But I think by it looks of it, as long as I go across left to right, they can go into any one of them, can't they? I wonder what that switch does. Yeah, I wonder what that secondary switch does. You know where the secondary, because obviously one switch is on and off. One switch is obviously on and off because it says on and off on it. But the other one doesn't say anything. It just says greater than 100 UF. I wonder if that's something to, like you'd have on a oscilloscope where you do 10 times the amount. Because if I press that, it comes back as 3.3 UF. So that's a scaling switch, isn't it? That one there. The scaling switch. Right, looks of it. Move that. Sorry, power cable. Yeah, it's a scaling switch. So now it's reading with that inductor. Press the switch off. It just kind of doesn't do a great deal. But yeah, that was actually reading 3.3. So the inductors are working then. And I can't test anything else because I don't have anything else testing it. Is there anything else? Oh, and also does function generator. What would that mean? Again, explain it in layman terms, please. We say that the switch changes from capacitor to inductance. Yeah, I think that one changes from capacitors to inductance. Because I've got. Oh no, do you think that one does as well? Maybe. Yeah, there's nothing instructions to actually tell you about that. All it does is show you it lit up with the case and the knob on. Yeah, it doesn't actually say anything in there. Red lettering for the switch. Do you mean these? It just says, it's blurry, but it says greater than 1000 UF. It's more like a reduction switch. Yeah. Switch to that sign again. Which sign? The UF sign. Yeah. That one. It kind of zeroes it out. So let's put a put capacitor back in. When I press the button, yeah, don't know which you have PWM sign. Go away, power cable. Which are you referring to, Tony? Must say, I do like this new 4K camera. I don't know what it's like for you guys at home, but it's so much clearer than my 1080p one I had. Square wave. Oh, hertz. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a capacitor in. Do you want me to leave capacitor in? The button's actually depressed at the moment. I've just released it. And no difference. Remove. It is removed. Ooh, it is removed and it's falling. Yeah, so we've removed that. Done that one. Yeah, that's not actually moving anything across. So it's measuring frequency. Yes. Yeah, and I think that's just a reduction one. So I think that's a successful thing that say it is working. It is working on that one. I ain't got a signal. I have got a signal generator actually. I've got my oscilloscope which has got a signal generator on it. But yeah, that might be taking it a little bit step too far. So what I will say on that one, chat, thank you so much for assisting me. I am absolutely lost on a lot of this and I wouldn't have got this far. Should we put the oscilloscope on? It's only a handheld one. I was going to say I would be absolutely lost without the input and advice from everybody in chat. Get a probe out. On. I do like this oscilloscope. Not that I know how to use it, but I do like it. So, can't, Tony, because it's only the signal generator on the side. I don't think I can get this oscilloscope to put a you will have to test signal on scope. You could see that on there. Maybe next time. Yeah, I can't. I can only do it on these two little things sticking out for the test probes to calibrate it. So yeah, it doesn't actually generate it as a thingy bob. Looks really impressive. That, no idea how to use it. Yeah, what I was saying, guys, thank you so much for your help and advice on getting this sorted tonight. There still is the case to get this, but I think it's quite apparent and very clear that I haven't got a clue what I am doing with this. So if anybody wants to put the hand up in chat, I'm happy to send this to them free of charge, as long as we're in the UK mainland, because postage is horrendous outside of the UK. So I do apologise for anybody outside the UK. But if you do, I will send it. I will build the case as well and send it all as one. And I'm happy to do that if anybody wants it and they want to put the hand up to it, who can make some use of it. I've enjoyed building it. I've enjoyed the input from chat as well for it. But happy to pass this down the line if anybody would like it. Nope. Okay. Thank you very much for the feedback on that, Philip, and very much thank you for your advice and spotting some mistakes that I'd done. And to everybody in chat, we've got 968 people in chat at the moment. I know it only looks like 13, but don't believe everything you see on there. And thank you to everybody who's had an input. Really, really enjoyed it tonight. I did have a bit of a nightmare when I first started the stream. It was scheduled for 7:30. I went live at 7:30 and spent 20 minutes talking to myself because I'd not pressed go live on the stream. So that was all good. But we did touch on a couple of other bits and bobs earlier, but really, really enjoyed this. Thank you everybody for joining. I have got some other projects in mind. You did get a quick scan of the other stuff I've got in my boudoir, so I will be digging deep with all these and seeing where we go with it. So please check out my other streams. If you've not liked and subscribed, really does mean a lot, guys. But thank you so much to the loyal followers, and everybody have a really nice evening. And hopefully I'll be back streaming tomorrow, and we'll try something different. I've got a radio to build tomorrow if we fancy another DIY task, or we might have a go at that 3060, that GTX, RTX, whatever it is, 3060, which is a no detect on that one. So we might have a go with that one and see where we go with that. So yeah, might be a 36 tomorrow. Thanks again for everybody. Have a safe and enjoyable evening, and we'll speak to everybody very, very soon. Cheers, guys.